The Torchlight Jumedi Ewo Neat 100.9. Neat FM Neat FM
Jama Ghana Fonina Akwaba ene enumre edebe jumedia ye friend or ye Torchlight so ewo neat 100.9 Torchlight ye de bra ye benadane yawade bia ye tenase ane ye Ghana amanyosem ye ba behwe nsem akodo a ekoso wo ye memo when it you say ene eye exactly 1 year eda yenim se Ghana for ye beka koto santene na ya to aba. We have exactly 1 year ahead of us. Yede be propose ne akwakoto aba eyi president obedi yanim the next 4 years. Yeyi parliamentarians the next 4 years. Nan womatimi ahwe no mabu man na de amayen. Enuiti ene eko ni nyina no countdown na hyase. Eti ese wutimi gitumi na hu se edie na ekoso. Why na wususu se woto abadema no? Because all the political parties na woma ye serious say womoba eya abato enkrata no so no. Obia eka ne nsem. Obia de ne policy eba. Wohwe Ghana Union Movement or de eba. Wohwe eye All People's Congress APC ene many the founder and leader edema eye All People's Congress eye APC Dr. Hassan Ayariga ene ye the torchlight no ye de atono so etemeka se watena se ye ne no ba bedi nkomo. The policies are odeba wohwe eye Kofi Akpaloo Liberal Party of Ghana, New Patriotic Party NPP, wohwe eye NDC National Democratic Congress, Convention People's Party. Amanyokofo ni nyina no na the movement Afrafranto movement. Womu nyina no edwo mo policies akodo a one person de bo man womu di egu form. Eti efri na kwa ye were exactly 1 year ahead of us no. The say ye ne say ye de enwa mebegu nsani ani na ye bisa ye ho say edien no bi ka ebetima convince na amawato aba ediama no. Being the parliamentary and now say the presidential. Why and a wujidi say in summer all cano ekbe convince the more na ama wetimi atuaba edi amano ne yaba bedi komo ewo eye All People's Congress the founder and leader edema eye amadokui Dr. Hassan Ayariga ene owoyenchen ewa ha midin edema Jerry OSEI AGYEMANG media seda edebema the producer IK Echampon Pius Bedu Bansen Nawomi Obenewa Womo ene time chebo mi chidoma yedi jumedie yede brew ewo neat 100.9 so Sarah so na ye Dr. Father Dixon na ono no ye executive producer fully supported by me general manager Kennedy Asantio Sem mene eye Dr. Hassan Ayariga bia ne fe tosu mienu ye ne Vehicles and Assets Dealers Union Ghana VADAC eye Ghana womo a import cars edeba ye mayimo womo kabomukuo ye ne womo ebedi nkomo wohwe taxes a aban yi pese odeba wohwe nnoama ekoso wo port import restrictions a nnoama 22 no na cars enso ka ho bi ene yenya ne tie se aban atwe sa import restrictions no asensen aban a suspend eye so de ko Ghana brache be fie ho eti what has been the outcome edien ena ye hwe animu se ebeba in the near future ye be ye free okra na say ya na aban na twentwen so eti eye Vehicles and Assets Dealers Union Ghana womo so ba be kan ye ho na adwubrei na ye de eye dwumade no womo so ye de abron na ye toto omano na ye bisa said ye no ameko eye car importation munim say ye assembling plants a womo ye cars wa ha impact be na de abran ni tituru wonom so ye import cars e de ba eye ye memo de nyina na ye be de san komo na adwumrei awo neat 100.9 na wadwe nkyere ensem akodo a ye ba beka no koma akodo eguma no so ba bia de be fe 050 372 1744 050 372 1744 oko Facebook live ye neat 100.9 FM neat 100.9 FM ye dem live or YouTube channel no so ye despite media and also ko hwa eyade adwumadie no edam yopo eho wana yenim se ye Dr. Hassan Ayariga ayana ne twi no opotopoto nti no be potopoto bibisa nsem no wo eye brofo kasemu a ene de obeti ase ne watimi anya the better understanding na watimi appreciate questions na bibisa no na watimi ayi ano no de twi no nso e de afrafra e de amaye enti yes ebre no ye ne eye Dr. Hassan Ayariga, the founder and leader of the All People's Congress. Dog, good evening.
Hey, good evening, my brother. How
Good
are
to
you?
see you.
Good to see you. You're looking good.
Hey, thank you very much, and you too.
No, I'm trying.
So,
in a very serious economic situation, I'm not looking
serious economic situation.
good. Yeah, I'm not looking good.
Wow. I hasn't been affected you.
It has affected me in so many ways. Every second,
Mm?
every minute,
How?
every day. Because people like us, when it affects the vulnerable, and it affects a lot of the people who are in distress and in need, all these people tend to us to ask for support on daily basis, on hourly basis. My phone never stopped ringing. My phone never stopped getting WhatsApp. I can never ever turn my phone off.
People have been calling you for support.
Every minute, every second.
I get financial support.
All the time. All the time. Sometimes I tell my wife I'm tired. I'm not tired of running the country, but I'm tired of the difficulties people are going through and they cannot find solutions. I'm tired of this way when I get up in the morning. It is not somebody who's calling me to say, I'm calling you to ask how you are doing, or I'm texting you to find out how you are doing. The first text that comes, how are you, sir? The second is, this is my problem.
Are they your party members?
Many are people you cannot tell whether they are party members or not. But for me, I'm not looking up to party members.
Okay.
I look up to everyone. As a Ghanaian, I'm a Muslim. I believe in support for the people. I believe that we are in this world to serve a purpose. Everybody has what it takes to do that. It is those who are willing to do that that can be counted as philanthropists, that can be counted as people who care about the people. Even the courage to open your WhatsApp message, read it and respond to the person makes the person happy.
No.
Even when you're unable to tell the person that, look, I cannot afford this week, next week. The person texts by and says, you are the only person I've ever asked for something, and you are able to respond to me.
Oh, okay.
So I'm able to manage some, give some this time, give some next time, and give some the other time. All the time it's like that. So then that's when you know that the economic situation is bad. Because people ask
that is the realities on the ground.
Yes, people ask as low.
That indication.
As low as 20 Ghana. Can you imagine somebody texting me Hassan Ayarga to ask for 20 Ghana?
20 Ghana cedis.
20 Ghana cedis.
Wow.
In this country? Then you should know that it's tough. The person will not be lying to you to ask for a 20 Ghana cedis. As I sat down here before you came, I've spent 500 Ghana cedis on my phone.
Oh, just now?
Just now, and I can show you evidence. People have just texted somebody 200, 200, and 100. Just now, within the 2 seconds I sat with you, the 5 minutes I sat with you, I've spent 500. So it's like that. So these are the problems we face as good politicians and good people. It is not every politician who listens to, who pick calls or even respond to text messages or WhatsApp messages. They don't even care. They don't mind. They only need you when it's election period. But over the years, this is my general secretary. He's been working for me for 8 years now.
Okay.
And he can attest to you. Even he, sometimes we have a fund that I've directed to him. And he's the one. Even right now, we're talking about somebody who needs how much? 30,000.
30,000 Ghana cedis. To do what?
To do business. The person wants to do business. 30,000 right now. And I just told him.
And the person requesting 30,000 from
30,000. I just gave the number to him to say if we have some money in the funds, we should see what we can do. He just took the number. Right now. This is not a joke. So people are struggling. And that is why we have been talking about building the country in a way that everybody becomes sustainable and independent of poverty. You don't want everybody to be poor. Because when majority of the people are poor, it affects the growth and development of the nation.
Okay.
Are you with me?
Yeah, I'm getting
But when
you.
we are able to build structures, that everybody is at least can pay 3 square meals, can take care of his family, can pay school fees, can pay hospital bills, can pay house rent, can pay water bills, can pay electricity bills, and leave something small for the month for other expenditure, then the country is okay. But when you have a country where the salary of a worker cannot take him 2 days after he's received the salary, he's to pay debts. When the moment the money comes into the account, it's off. It's owing.
It's like putting a silver on the fire for a longer period of time.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hey, how do you say the country is you? The country is hot.
Yeah, everybody is hot.
Hey, But omunisika o. Ghana de ase o. They see they ase kota. Me do yam here. Ase.
People are suffering in the country.
People, you remember our press conference in
Yeah.
2016 when we said people are suffering, the Ghanaians are suffering, Kayo are suffering, tailors are suffering, nurses are suffering,
Yeah.
and the MPP took it and they also went and did a thing. I want to remind them that the people are still suffering. The nurses are still suffering.
But they've told us that we went into a heavy turbulence, and is one of the major underlying factors why we are in this turmoil.
Which one?
COVID-19, as usual.
Was a blessing.
COVID-19 was
In
a blessing
disguise.
to us.
In disguise.
Russia-Ukraine war.
Was a blessing.
Germans suffered due to the Russia-Ukraine war.
Germans suffered. We are not Germans. We are Ghanaians.
But we are not exception.
What I mean, let's be sincere between you and I. Why will Ghanaians suffer under the Russian-Ukraine war? When we could have done things better. Russian-Ukraine war was an opener for us. One, we're importing oil from Russia.
Yeah.
Listen to this analogy. Ghana produces crude. And instead of turning the crude into finished product, we did not do that. We sent the crude out there, sold it out. Then in return, we import finished product.
The finished products.
When we have the toll out there, many other tolls are there that we could have revived these tolls, rather process the crude here into a finished product. Why then do we sell it out? So these are the things we are talking about leadership. Leadership is not about those who occupy positions, but it's about those who make good use of those positions. Are you with me? We have sorghum, we have maize, we have millet, we have cassava. All these things can be used to tend to produce bread. But we didn't do that. The best bread in this country, in Germany, if you are going to ask, they call it Cornerbrot. It's bread made from corn.
Corn.
And we have corn here. We cannot do that. We want to buy wheat and do bread. So what have we learned from the Russia-Ukraine war? When there's a calamity or there is a pandemic, you use that pandemic to change your future. It is a learning process. You use that one to design the future for yourself and your people. But we did not do that. That is why President Nkrumah said the black man was capable of managing
his own affairs.
He's wrong. Today, I want to dispute that fact. The black man is only capable of managing his own affairs when there are no other opportunities available to the black man. Then the black man is capable. But when there are opportunities available to the black man is dumb. He will wait for others to solve his problem. Until date, that is why Africa is where it is. We have become a dependent nation. Dependency is what we know. Begging is what we know. We are begging other nations.
But can you, being as someone who is vying for the highest position of the land, rule without seeking for a loan? Can a country be managed without securing a loan?
Yes. I want to ask you.
But
I want to ask you before I go there.
Okay.
No disrespect. Have you borrowed from the bank before?
Honestly, no. No, I've borrowed from bank before.
Yes.
But currently, I don't owe anyone.
Thank you. Okay. When you borrow to transform yourself in order to become independent.
Yeah.
You don't borrow to continue to borrow.
Oh, okay.
And keep borrowing and borrowing and borrowing to the extent that nobody wants to borrow you.
Oh, okay.
Money.
All right.
This is our country. We have borrowed to the extent that instead of using the money borrowed to build our economy and come out of it and pay back, no, we feel that borrowing is the easiest way to handle this country. So we keep borrowing. We have borrowed to the extent that we are not credible enough to borrow again. We are even not credible enough to be given a bailout. And when we are given a bailout, the people who bail us out, that is the IMF, has put an office in Ghana here that oversees how we spend their money they built us with.
Yeah.
Because they don't trust us that we can use the money again.
Yeah.
They know that we are so corrupt that any money we get, we are going to spend it on unnecessary budgets rather than what we asked for. If not, you as an individual have borrowed and paid, and you are doing now better. But Ghana as a nation keep borrowing, that every institution we borrow to pay workers. We borrow to build roads. We borrow to build schools, and there are no schools. The roads we borrow to build, there are no roads. Take a look at Ghana. I went to Nigeria recently. That was a month ago. Yes, a month ago.
Yeah.
And I think that Nigeria is corrupt, but Nigeria is corrupt in a better way than Ghanaians.
How did you assess that?
Because when I went to Nigeria and look at their major roads, these are roads that can last for the next 100 years.
Oh, okay.
So if they are corrupt and can construct good roads, when I came back to Ghana, I thought I was in the desert. Because our roads looked, the one that we claim we have constructed, looked paled. Nothing is on the surface. So a hit on the road, then the road becomes a pothole. Nigeria drive even a grader on it. Their road will be there for the next 50 years. So they are corrupt, but they are better than Ghanaians. Because they are corrupt in the way that they do the right thing, but they are corrupt. But we are corrupt to the extent that we don't even do the right thing. So we keep piling bills. So money borrowed to construct Tesano Road is given a deplorable construction that at every minute, every time the road is being destroyed. So if you borrow the money and you construct it for the road to be solid for 100 years, you will not come back constructing that road. But we keep doing what? Graveling, reshaping. They call it reshaping in construction.
Yeah, reshaping.
In construction. And we spend millions of cedis and billions of. So we keep doing the same thing for the rest of our life. And that is why we don't see what we do. We use our money. And government is part of it. The Chinese man say, your government take 10%, government take 10%.
That is what you've been told.
Yes, the Chinese man will tell you that. If you have a friend, you tell government take 10%. What do now? What do now? This is a Chinese man disrespecting the highest office of the country that is supposed to be protecting you and I. This is how we have reduced our governance to. And when we reduce the governance to in this manner, then ask me, what kind of future do our kids have? Ask me, what kind of future are we giving out there? No wonder the government of the day cannot manage this country so well that our kids that are supposed to be future leaders are now gamblers. They have now turned themselves to gamblers. Our youth have now become gamblers. Our students who are supposed to be in the university and learning to become the future leaders, future doctors, future nurses, and future engineers now use their school fees to gamble. Because they have no future. They have nothing. They are suffering. They don't know. We are transferring, not we. Government is transferring poverty to them.
Regardless of the initiative the government has embarked,
which
especially
Bako.
with the youth and Bako. Why and they
now why entrepreneurship.
What millions of Ghana cedis are being given to the youth to establish themselves, entrepreneurial skills.
How many of them have they produced? They pick their own children, their own family members to give them, enroll them into that model. That is a different way of enriching their own people.
Oh, but I usually say family and friends.
Well, of course, this country is made up of family and friends. This government here, government there, all of them have been running family and friends government. NDC and MPP, none of them is doing better when it comes to family and friends.
But family and friends,
I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem with family and friends.
Because
I have a problem
you
with
become
competence.
a president.
Yes.
I think if you have a friend who is competent enough to be given a position,
yes.
I think you go
no,
for
I
that
run an inclusive governance system. And that is why in the APC, our motto is all inclusive governance. But they run a winner takes it all kind of political syndrome. And that is what is destroying our country gradually. Because they don't believe in leadership of all leadership. They believe that when they are in power, divide and rule. So NDC is in power, only NDC leadership and NDC members gets the opportunity to serve. MPP comes to power, they sack all NDC members who are in government position and public position, and they bring in their own, who then start afresh without knowledge of anything. They just put them inside and say, continue. What are they going to continue? What are they continuing? They didn't even know the beginning. They were not part of the start. How are they going to continue? So they also mess up. Another 4 years, 8 years come, another new set of. I mean, NDC people are just businessmen.
They are businessmen.
They are political businessmen.
So they've turned the country into a cash cow, running business
with it. That is why they do not have a problem with sponsorship.
Sponsorship in terms of what?
In terms of how they sponsor their political campaigns. That is how come they are able to spend huge. They spend more money in running campaign than building Ghana.
Is it difficult to run a political party?
It is expensive because of the way the NDs and the MPP are running it. If not, normally, when my fathers and co were ministers and parliamentarians, they didn't have to spend money. People were rather spending on them. But because we have become so corrupt, now we spend on them, on the electorates. But when my father's time were there, they were rather spending, the electors were rather spending on the parliamentarians. So it is a business entity they run, and that is why politics have become so expensive, and that is why this country cannot be developed, because the money we are supposed to use to develop the country, the NDs and the MPP and the other leaders, they use it for themselves and use it to pay you to become a delegate and to vote for them. And we keep changing them. Funny enough, we are the people to be blamed. The Ghanaian voters are to be blamed.
Why should we put the blame on the Ghanaian voter?
Because you have the power to make the right decision. You failed to make the right decision. You said NDC was not good.
Mm-hmm.
You took out NDC out of power. You say MPP is not good. You took out MPP out of power. You go back to the first one that you said it was not good. Clearly, you are not really thinking sensible in a right way. Because if you're thinking in the right way, you don't move back to the first one you said is not good. You move on. That is how we run an economy, a country. A is not good. All right. Auf Wiedersehen. German says Auf Wiedersehen. Bye-bye. Choose. You go. B is not good. You two are not good. You two go. Bye-bye. Go. Bring in the third person. If you bring in Hassan Ayerga and Hassan Ayerga is not good, you two bye-bye. Go. We continue until we find the right person to rule this country. We're not NDC businessmen and MPP, but these are people who run this country like a business entity. So they invest to reap.
But maybe you are the ones that we're supposed to position you as the third force. Maybe
Don't tell me I've not positioned myself well. It's because I'm not corrupt well.
Sir.
That is why you don't see that. Do you think that if I want to be president, I won't be president through corruption? There are many proposals that have come to our office to lure us to become president. But when we become one, we're giving out that, we're giving out this, we're giving out this, and we're giving out that. And I say, I'll never do that.
People have been coming to your
Yes. What do you think? You think the sponsors only go to NDC and MPP? They also approach people.
But
they know
reject
that,
those.
of course,
offer.
because I'll not be a puppet as president. I will not sit on that chair and have no power. And people make the power behind me is bigger than me myself. And that is why, for instance, let's take the MPP today. It's in government. The last 8 years, 7 years.
Yeah.
Tell me one proper reshuffle the MPP has done.
Oh, no.
Why do you think so? You think they are too competent? They are the worst government.
Oh, but the president said, in fact, the KPIs that you have used on his appointees, maybe he is satisfied.
No, it is not he to be satisfied. It's we to be satisfied.
Okay, but not the president.
The president. The president should listen to the people crying out there and find out whether they are satisfied with his leadership. But they're not. If they were satisfied, almost half of parliament, and that is half full of MPP parliamentarians, came out against the finance minister to resign. Did he? Did he?
He did not.
Did the president sack him? Because the president cannot sack. The president dare not. Because he's the bankroller of the MPP from 2008, 2012, 2016. And you think you can sack such a person? This is what I'm talking about. It's a business entity they are running. And when we keep talking, they will go back and tell the voters, that, Ayerga is not serious. Ayerga cannot win election. Don't vote for Ayerga. It is not about who can win his election. It's about
and then one more kasana and demotivate you. Are you not being demotivated?
I am not, because I know them more than they know me. And I know the men and the Ghanaians know them. Wow. Yeah, Ghanaians know. It is a BBC. Yeah, I mean, it is high time.
Yeah.
Who are the happening in Ghana? Now, NDT na MPP na yambre. Ya bre, papa. Now, then, na intimate change NDT, then change MPP, then call APC. I don't know intimate, sir. Then, yeah. Anna, take the money from the NDC when the D-dates come to voting. Jessica no. MPP Mausika, Jessica no. But uko ko vote ma hasana na hu a be bia be si. Na hu 2024 leadership. Na informa hasana me pay 8 years. 8 years na doso.
Over 4 years.
8 years.
Hey, can you rule this nation for 4 years? Because former president Kofo told us.
Yeah.
Say if at 4 years ain't enough. Say you beat me dear boy. Professor Mills. Professor Mills also told us.
Have you ever seen that a thief is satisfied from stealing? Has any thief ever told you that he's satisfied from stealing? One thief, mention one armed robber.
But looking at the system,
now he's okay.
System which have been operationalized.
That is the point.
Even in our current dispensation. So somebody like Hassan Ayariga, who is not corrupt,
yeah,
obey zero tolerance of corruption,
yeah,
trying to change the system,
yeah,
wouldn't you face heavy obstacles?
Those people go to jail.
Hey.
Yeah.
And do you think it's easy?
Let me tell you, let me catch you idea.
Easy.
Ghana Beye kama.
Yeah.
Some will go to hell for some to go to heaven. Ghana Beye kama pa. It is say nipa be call hell. Na be they no kano mo be call heaven. Then you need call heaven. Oh boy. You need call heaven because nipa wo e bad ankasa. O mamu chance kula o mun change. O mun call hell. Because you have to be pragmatic. If you don't take strong decisions, you cannot rule a country like this. Because they've messed the country up. So it is say, a pragmatic leader that will take strong decisions. At the end of it, no favor, no, you're not favor anybody.
Yeah.
That be, when we begin to put pragmatic measures to discipline the corrupt, I am telling you, look, the judges sit down there and sentence people who steal goat, who steal sheep, who steal food. Why do you jail somebody who steals food to eat? Take money from your pocket and give him, go home. Don't steal again because you are hungry. But those who steal billions of dollars to make them steal the food, you didn't look at those people. When they come, you salute them. I didn't know. Wow. We have destroyed the country that people cannot get 3 square meals. A Christmas. For hospitals, it's here now. Nipa omu da hospital sits here, omu timin cho hospital bail.
Yeah.
Omu discharge mo. Sits here, omu timin cho.
Yeah, they can't pay the bill.
They can't pay the bill. Why? Because the system is bad. That they cannot, they are being discharged, but they can go home. Because sometimes even nurses and doctors are so moderate and reasonable that they say, oh, they call 3 days time now for Sikanabra. They call
they can't come back.
They can't come back. So Christmas gift this year, me doyami here, me bonfire. Now I'm calling on Ghanaians who have what it takes. Businessmen out there, like myself, businesswomen out there, and philanthropists and companies. This year, please don't give hamper to anybody. Go to the hospitals. Yanko hospital niya na yanchwa bills na nipa no mon temenchwa bills no. That would have been the best Christmas gift for them.
Okay.
That would have been bad. That would have been the best Christmas gift. Even you can also go and pay one person's own. Yeah. It's enough.
Yeah.
And go home and you feel happy in yourself that you have done something for someone. Wow. You'll be proud. That night you will sleep well. Kai, my brother, this country
things are not right.
Things are not right. And we keep thinking that they're right.
What is the alternative that you are bringing?
So many. So many. So many. I mean, the opposite of what they are doing is what I'm bringing.
Because
then,
oh, yeah, I agree.
One institution in Ghana that is working perfectly, let's say 45%, 50 is too much. Bakupe, Now, yeah, Juma, now we can say that we are satisfied with that institution. 45%. I'm not giving them 50. 50 is way too high to give them. Even let's say 35%. One, mention. Bako.
But wait a second, unless I dear for more. So we can also note, we can also sit here too. Just say this particular institution is not working
mention
properly.
one institution and I'll give you their challenges. One.
Registrar General.
Registrar General.
Company, now it is Registrar of Companies.
Registrar of Companies,
Yeah.
RES. Registrar General.
Uh-huh.
What are they doing as a country, as an institution?
Mhm.
The Registrar General Department sits here and charges every Ghanaian to register a particular document, 1,600 Ghana cedis. Every company that registered itself, you must pay a minimum of 1,600, which is not half of which is not even your salary. You cannot afford that as a salary worker. Now, all these years, all these companies have been paying. Their workers have not been paid. Their workers are complaining of salaries. So tell me, if you take all these monies and your workers are in arrears, what kind of institution are you? That's only, talk about the body itself. That is the body. They sit here, foreigners come here, register companies as foreigners, and they allow it to happen. And foreigners have taken over our institutions, our businesses, our companies, our mining industry.
Do we have laws that disallow foreigners to register companies?
Of course, we must.
I think there is a threshold.
We must put laws that any foreigner who comes into this country to register a company must follow through a Ghanaian. Ghanaian must own at least a minimum of 70% or 60% of the shares.
Oh, sir?
Yes,
Okay.
if I'm president, this is what is going to happen. It's my country, my citizens, my people. You cannot come and take over my country. Look at what is happening in this country. Chinese have taken over our businesses, mining sector. Look at lithium. Look at what happened.
Yeah.
10% for Ghana. Are you?
But comparatively, that is one of the highest.
Comparatively,
because
no, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about this. Anna. Who assassin. Now for 90% manipa. Now the 10% assassin. Now sick. AGYEMANG.
Oh, but today, for instance, Lands and Natural Resources Minister explaining also setting up a refinery plant here, some 13% royalties.
No.
And then we're supposed to.
We say they are armed robbers and they have come to deeper. You don't understand when I say they are business. I'm a businessman, and I'm speaking from the business aspect and the political aspect. Why did he take the time to explain to Ghanaians? Because it's wrong. You understand what I'm saying?
But maybe it's an excuse.
Look, I'm coming.
Maybe some Ghanaians are not getting it.
I'm coming. They don't know we're not getting it. It's because we are only getting 10% out of it. We're not getting 90% out of it. If I am to do business with you, I must be the majority shareholder, not you. Because it is my resources you are taking, my minerals. So I, the owner of the mineral, must benefit more than you. If you think it is not good, go. Don't come. I'm not bothered. My generation, the next generation will do it. The next generation should sign the contract. But because 1 year to election, people need money. Politicians need money. Politicians have to sign contracts, and because they have to benefit from it, they don't want to leave it there for another government to come and benefit from it. So they will do everything to extract everything and give it away and get 10% for themselves. What year? It is not every contract that we must sign. It is not every minerals that we must give away under our government. If you want, give it away when it's not yours. Let the right people. That's why I'm saying we are transferring poverty to our people, our children. Our children are going to be paying bills. Ghana is owing 600 billion Ghana cedis. Inflation is almost 50%. GDP 76%. We have nothing to show. Our kids are the one going to pay. How are they even going to pay? Your children, your grandchildren, my grandchildren. You are dying and you are leaving debt for them. Then you shouldn't have given birth to them at all. Are they? Who know? People are dying and leaving property. You are dying and leaving debt.
Okay.
So, lithium now, and yeah, at the end almost signing a year, they should have left it untouched.
Okay.
No contract about
But
it.
do you think, say, we have capacity to do that?
If we don't have the capacity,
As a nation, said China. Also, China.
What's the name of the
lithium,
company? What's the name of the company?
Maccabi Village.
Ghana.
You mean the media?
The company that.
The company
Ghana what?
Ghana Lithium
Ghana,
Company.
Ghana EV something company limited. The Soviet look for it. The Soviet something Ghana limited.
Let me get.
Are
you
you
the name
telling
of the
me?
company,
Ube Kasa say that company is richer than Ghana? Simple question. Ube Kasa me. Ube Kachra me say company way is richer than Ghana. That is all you are telling me. Adiana Okasani. That what it means is that the company is richer than Ghana. Dabi, I am telling you with the fact that some of the
the Barry DV Ghana Limited.
Thank you. I am telling you as a fact that this is not a company owned by foreigners. It's part of Ghanaians who own it, who are in government. Because are you telling me that company is richer than Ghana as a nation?
That wouldn't be possible.
That would be possible. Why didn't we do it ourselves? Don't we have Ghanaian people who can do that? Tell me. Why are they not? We are not serious as a nation. We have, look, politicians, NDC and people have sinned against Ghana. Ask it again. They've sinned against Ghana. And sinners don't get, they get punished. When you are a sinner, you get punished for being a sinner. But they have sinned against this. We see them and think that they are helping us. They are not helping any Ghanaian. They are ripping the Ghanaians off. They are ripping. Nakasa, look, as a president, first thing I would have done is to do an inclusive governance concept. Let me bring some points for you to see. So that if they are listening, they should copy. If they can't copy, they should cut and paste. Good. As a nation, what we need first now is discipline and attitudinal change. The mindset of a Ghanaian. As a nation, the Ghanaians first. You must have a manifesto that talks about Ghanaians first. Whatever we are doing in this country, first of all, we must give it to a Ghanaian.
Okay.
A facility in a Ghanaian pay no by business. It is a banks no mamo. A opportunity to privatize government companies. It's Ghanaians first. A issue of privatization of PPP, Ghana Public Partnership, Ghanaians first. Whatever we have to do, a Ghanaian first, not foreigners. That's our first problem. Because we are from foreigners. So, see, 21st century slaves. That is what President Nkrumah talked about neo-colonialism. We become slaves in our own country. And down the lane, today, our workers are slaves. Your friend is Lebanese, Jumani niya na Ghana, Omodia, Oko Spinters, Jumani niya, line up company niya, Lebanese dia, Ghanaian dia, restaurants niya, Lebanese dia, companies, car companies, public, everything. They are repatriating a profit and thereby making our city so useless. So Ghanaian first. Attitudinal change. The way we think. We must begin to love ourselves than we love foreigners. In Ghana, we love
foreigners.
We love you love foreigners.
Yes, we are very hospitable.
Now, hospitable for yourself first. Who first? Who okay. First? Before now, man, Papa.
The foreigner.
You yourself first. Be hospitable to your own brother, your own sister, your own uncle, your family before any other person. So let's change our mindset. We need to change our mindset. We need to tune 360 degrees to the north. Number 3, as a nation, we should have strong institutions.
Just like Obama said.
Yes. So this is why I told you that I want to run this country for only 4 years. The 4 years will give me the power to turn all these institutions, very strong institutions, put a national data system.
How can you make it?
That's what I'm telling you. Put a national data system. The national data system don't come with a Ghana card. Before I would think that you are thinking like those who don't understand the concept.
But are you saying that the Ghana card is not good?
What is about the Ghana card? It's just a document that has no value, just to identify you. Wahoo. But a national data system is a whole system altogether,
Yeah.
like what you have in front of you,
Mm.
that gives you every information about every Ghanaian. So, for you, for instance, you as an individual will take your facial
Mm-hmm.
picture,
Yeah.
put it in the system, your fingerprint, put it in the system, your bank account, put it in the system, where you work, put it in the system, your telephone number, put it in the system, your car's number plate, how many of them you have, put in your system, your salary is in the system, your blood sample is in the system, everything about you, the number of children you have, the number of houses you have, every information about you is in the system.
Okay.
So that system is the national data system of every Ghanaian in there. So we are able to detect corrupt people. We are able to tell out those who have duplicate information. We are able to run down every systematic information of Ghanaians. Those who are working, we know. Those who are in the hospital. The moment you go into the hospital, the system would show that you are in the hospital. When you are leaving Ghana,
it will be centralized.
So DVLA will have it, immigration will have it, customs will have it, national security will have it, hospitals, every data will be shared among all the institutions. Now the institutions have a solid foundation and information of everybody in Ghana. This is a strong institution. This is what is called strong institution. So now the systems are the one working, not you as an individual.
Yeah.
So when you come and sit and move away, nobody cares whether you are going home with anything. Well, God forbid, even if you don't come back to the world, the next day the person who comes inside keys in and the systems provides him all the information he needs. And that is the issue I spoke about, a 24-hour economy. In my manifesto.
In your manifesto.
Yes, and I said that the system will now work 24 hours. Every 8 hours, Ghanaian will work every 8 hours as an individual. So first group of Ghanaians will come in the morning, second groups of Ghanaians will come in the afternoon, and the third shift will come. So 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. is the first shift. 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. is the second shift. 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. is the third shift. So the system revolves. So every 2 weeks, those who were in the morning will now shift to the afternoon. Those who in the afternoon will shift in the evening, and those in the evening will shift in the morning. So 24 hours, we're increasing production because we are a country that imports almost everything. We import even rice to eat. Meanwhile, we spend $1.2 billion in the importation of rice.
Yeah.
$800 million in the importation of oil. Over 700 in the importation of diapers and tissue and tea roll. We can continue. Tomatoes, we spend $600 million importing only tomato. All these things, when we increase productivity, all these things will be grown in Ghana, and Ghana will become self-sufficient.
But can we go to farmers' nights?
Why? Who told you that they don't farm at night? In Europe, that's what they do. They have tractors with. Why do you think a tractor has a headlight?
The headlight.
Productivity.
And so were you having that 24-hour economy in your manifesto
it's still
before
there. The
JDM?
Yes, came out and was talking about it, and everybody talking about it. I'm not worried when the JDM adapted. But my problem is that JDM and the NDC, they are struggling to explain. Okay. Meanwhile, then Vice President Baumia and the MPP are struggling to understand. You see, one is struggling to explain.
The other is struggling to understand.
So all of them are messed up. They don't even know what they're talking about. So that's why Baumia will come and say that top bars are running 24 hours. Whatever did he say again and all that. I mean, you have reduced a 24-hour economy, an economy that's supposed to be productive.
So it is prudent that if we should run the 24-hour economy, it will be prudent economically.
Economically, it will create jobs. The city will be vibrant in the day and at night. Are you with me? The 24-hour cycle, increased productivity, manufacturing, industrialization, services. What is going to happen? The fear is that we will need to import workers from maybe Cote d'Ivoire, Burkina Faso, Togo. Yes, because when our workforce is less than...
But will the demand also be there to that extent?
What is the demand? The demand is that instead of us importing, we'll be exporting. What is Ghana known for? Nothing, apart from borrowing. The only thing, again, that Ghanaian people in the world will hear about Ghana is that football. And even that with the sports, we are not even making good use of sports. We have 10 sporting activities just to football. No, don't let me go there. Let me continue. I want to stay focused.
Okay.
Are you with me?
Mm.
So the 24-hour economy is an economy that will transform our country, increase productivity, and job will be created. The issue of our young boys and women becoming gamblers will stop, will cease. Are you with me? So it is important for every institution to be active and strong. But until you get that systems put in place, the national data system, you cannot have strong institutions because the institutions have no information. And because they have no information, nobody is monitoring them. Nobody knows what is happening. A worker comes to work anytime he wants. Nobody knows. With that information and that strong institution that I'm building as a system, when you come to work, it will clock in and it will show direct in the screen that Ayaraga is in his office. Nobody needs to ask, oh, is Ayaraga in the office? No. When you key in the system, you see Ayaraga is sitting on his desk. So don't talk about strong institution without a database, a strong national data system. Then we come into a national development plan. After having set up all these strong institutions, now you have the information of the country at your fingertips. You know how many people are working, how many people are not working. So you begin now to build a national development plan, not a party manifesto. No. Party manifestos are lies. Political parties.
We should follow a plan.
Yes.
We have that national development.
That plan is not being followed. Because it was not prudently crafted to meet our demands.
And maybe we have to legislate some laws to govern it. So that we can follow suit.
Exactly. Yeah. And we'll talk about it. I'm thinking of even right now in the 2020, we don't have much time. You brought in a hero to come and talk for 1 hour. Your status doesn't work like that. You can't bring me to come and sit down for 1 hour.
Honestly, but I will still engage you another time, of which I will give you 2 solid hours. Before.
I told you that our discussion when we start, we will not even know it's 1 hour.
It's 1
it's
hour.
Already an hour. I'm still watching your listen. Let me come into 2024. The 2024 election is not going to be an easy election. It's going to be a very difficult and a tough election.
What are we looking at?
We are looking at a situation where there will be a second run, not a first run. The first run will not do. But then, I intend to write to the president, write to the office of the Parliament House and the Speaker and the Judiciary. This year, next year's election, let's think of a unity government.
Unity government.
Unity government.
How are you going to do it?
Good. You see, because of our low level of understanding democracy, we haven't grown to the size where we should be handling one state government. We do not understand what democracy. We have misused the word democracy. We do not understand what politics is all about. We think politics is about stealing and ripping the people off. No, but it is transforming your community, your people in a liberal way where people agree to disagree. So, the winner takes it all kind of political syndrome must be abolished. And how do we abolish it? By forming a legislation. Passing a legislation that will allow unity government. So we say we go to the next poll, 2024. NDC gets 30%. MPP gets 30%. Hassan Ayaraga gets 30%. Maybe CPP gets 10%.
All right.
Now we have 100%. No party can form government without the CPP or the other party. So if Hassan Ayaraga is to form government...
Can it work effectively?
Exactly. That is what is going to change the minds of Ghanaians and change this corrupt leader to become competent leaders. So what happens is that if APC decides to form government with MPP or NDC, so 30-30, they form a government, they get 60. Are you getting what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then they go into government. If one party decides that I am not interested in the way you are managing this country and pull out, you go back to your position. Are you listening to me?
Okay.
But if you continue to do the right thing, all the parties will come in with the requisite knowledge and people and human resource to build the country. So we now have a government where every party and every vote is important.
It's important.
Because you will now not say that if I vote CPP or APC, I'm wasting my vote. No, if you vote APC, APC
You'll be
will
part
form
of the government.
And then we'll now have competent people who will now begin to have an inclusive governance concept that will build this country to the level that one day we will understand democracy and go with one government system. We are not mature today.
And you think we can do that?
Yes, I will
So
write
easily.
to the president, and if he wants to leave a legacy before going, he should allow a legislation so that we can have a unity government. It will not spoil Ghana. It will rather make Ghana the best.
Somebody also will be suggesting that why wouldn't you, the small parties, come together?
What do you mean by small party?
Okay, parties without representation
Say
in
minority
parliament.
parties.
Okay, the minority parties.
Yes,
Maybe
we are working on that.
Yeah.
We are working on that. We have an agenda to see if we are able to all come together by February. We have one common presidential candidate.
Okay.
But we have challenges with CPP and PNC because they are in court with their leadership and all these hula balloons.
Maybe now we look at what is happening to the TAP. All the executives have just resigned.
You see? So that is the problem we are finding. And they are the mother of Nkrumah's party. And rather unfortunately, this is what is happening to their party. I pray that they come together and find a way of uniting themselves to come out better. So we form a third force. I don't mind running for the third force. If I lose, I lose. I'm gone. I become maybe a chairman or an ordinary member. I don't care. I want a government where we can put our eggs together, our brains, our minds together. Look at graduates. I'm talking about MPP. They should look at this graduate unemployment fund. They should build what is called a graduate unemployment fund. So that when these graduates come out of school, and even the school, the educational system needs to be changed. What we are having, we are
the tertiary level or the basic.
From the beginning to the end. We have an educational system that only teaches students how to write English language, pass exams, without being creative and innovative. And that is why till now, we cannot produce or manufacture anything. Our students have become just
but this current government is seriously about the TVET education, the technical and vocational education.
Yes, STEM, science, technology, engineering,
STEM too as well.
This is what we should be doing. They are not serious. They are cultivating votes. They are building senior high school to cultivate vote, free education that is the West kind of education. Don't build them to cultivate vote. Build them to improve upon their standard of living and change, and your country will become a productive nation rather than a dependent nation. All these years we've had these great students, great intelligent, young one, competent young. What have they become after school? Jobless. They don't even know what to do. They don't have a future. They roam with their certificates every corner looking for jobs. They are not supposed to be looking for jobs. They are supposed to be creating jobs when they come out of school. You don't tell me that a mechanic goes and trains as a mechanic and come and is looking for another mechanic shop to become a mechanic.
Yeah.
No. He comes out and opens a shop by the roadside and becomes a mechanic. A hairdresser doesn't come out from hair salon dressing and then go looking for jobs. She comes out and opens a salon and becomes a hairdresser. This is what it's all about, creativity and innovation. But we are training our kids, our next generation to be just ordinary students who pass exams and come with certificate without anything. So I would change the curriculum of education to make them creative and innovative. And when they come out of school, then there's a fund for them, which is called the graduate project fund. So they access the fund so that if the person on his development plan, what do you call it? His last book, what do you call that document? His project, his final project, shows that he's
like when you go to the tertiary level, you make the tertiary level.
You make a final project. And the final project, if the guy wants to produce, let's say, bottled water, this specialized kind of bottled water, and there are 5 of them, we bring all the 5 of them together. Bring your project and let's see. So your design of the water is this, you are the designer, you are the designer. We put them together, we give them, let's say, if the project is going to cost them 100,000, we give them 100,000. And then government becomes 60% owner
of the that
particular
project.
And they become 40%, 10%. You are creating jobs for them. They are building their future. They are turning into businessmen. They are not going to look for jobs from anybody. they not become a burden to society. They are going to increase productivity. But what do? We abandon them and they are gamblers, lotto stickers, betting offices. When I said gamble, you didn't even understand. Gambling is those who sit in the betting office. They are the gamblers now.
Are they the ones that you are referring as gamblers?
Of course, who do you think I'm referring to gamblers?
But betting is a legal,
under our constitution, gambling is prohibited. But
they've been
the kind of government we have,
they've been given the
kind of government, they will not be happy here.
Certificate to operate.
That is what I'm saying. It's illegal. Go and read the constitution. Gambling is illegal. National lotteries, I will close it down.
Oh, you close national lotteries down?
I mean,
regardless of the kind of funds that is generated into the consolidated fund.
Do you know what kind of fund I will bring on board if I turn my kids to productive students and graduates? Do you know what kind of funds they'll be bringing from the rest of the world as compared to Lotto?
But is it bad to stake Lotto?
I don't know whether you are part of them, but if you are part of them, I understand.
No, not necessarily I'm part of them, but look, is it bad?
Look, I went to Joy FM and I spoke about this Lotto.
Yeah.
A woman called in and said she just put her worker to prison. You know why? This guy took over 50,000 Ghana cedis. This guy took over 50,000 Ghana cedis from the sales and went to stake Lotto and lost everything. Gambling is a bad addiction, a very serious bad addiction. When you start it, you know why Chinese people don't make it and go back to China? They gamble with their monies. Do you know why Lebanese at night, they drive their cars in the middle of the night and they go gambling, casino? Do you know why many footballers in this country have lost their wealth? Gambling. I've lived in Germany. If I was to bring gambling, I would have been the first person to bring gambling because I was approached to bring vet bureau and I rejected it because I didn't want to put my kids into it. Doctors and nurses in hospitals now, even as they are working, they look at their phone every second. You know why? Because they are looking to see whether they have won. So the betting now is not only for poor people now. Even rich people have joined it. We are in trouble. We are in trouble, my brother.
But you know what? If rich people have joined this betting thing or whatever, it means it doesn't mean for the poor.
That is what I'm saying. It's an addiction. When you become addicted to it, you lose all your property. People sell their cars to go and bet. And you see, funny enough, they are not looking at those who are losing. They are looking at the few ones who are making. Those small ones. Oh, I bought a car from betting. Oh, now I can pay my rent. All the youth, there's no job for them. So that is the only thing they can do now. You think they're happy that I say I will cancel betting? They are not. But the opportunity I will give to them, they will not even.
It will be better than.
It will be 100 times better than betting.
Okay, Busia Yane, Dr. Hassan Ayariga, founder and leader of the All People's Congress. No, Edin Komo, and the way say good evening, Mark Jerry. I wonder why these opposition leaders sit back and speak like they are messiahs. This man will be worst of all. And then the baby adrian say, "Mo we chiriana, mo kasapa, but mo ba ben mo." When you
that is the point they don't understand. Keep changing until you get the best one. Don't sit down and criticize those you have never given power to. You have never given power to what you criticize.
Well, it's a good evening, Mark Jerry. Extend my greetings to Dr. Hassan Ayariga. I'm happy hearing his voice. He's my father, mentor, and the incoming president of Ghana, inshallah. MJ, I never knew he's a man of vision and so kind like that. We APC all the way. Thank you. Let me see your name. Jinko Yaru. Okay, all right. Thank you. Richard Ediframasamai. Also, you once asked me why I always greet Dr. Hassan Ayariga. Yes, this guy, I've been sending me a message on my morning show, always greeting you. Always greeting Dr. Hassan Ayariga. Let me say, also, Dr. Hassan Ayariga is a very good man. He's a lifesaver. Hey, this evening is the first time Dr. Hassan Ayariga is meeting me. Oh, is that the case? He showed me a great love and care. He doesn't know how my head was looking like. I just like go to him say, "Na the three money the pa." Okay, right, that is good. So APC is APC visible on the ground?
All over. I'm sure if you move out of your house, move out of this studio, the first signage you see.
Yeah, I've been
is
seeing your
APC.
signages.
All of that is visibility, and it's a message.
Mm.
The message is that don't look elsewhere.
Okay.
This is the party right in front of you. If you come out of your house, it's facing you. Who is facing you? Hassan Yariga. What is he telling you? Hope. He's telling you there's hope after the tunnel. And that don't rely on the NDC and MPP anymore. They will tell you all sort of things. But this is the man who is right in front of you, who has brought his image to your door, to your window, to the pole next to your house, to the school in front of you, to the hospital right in front of you. And he's telling you that 2024 is a game changer.
Game changer.
Let's change that game. Let us not wait until they tell us that, oh, we don't know who Hassan Yariga is. You don't need to know me to vote for me. You need to hear and listen to me.
Who is going to become your running mate?
He's there. We already have a running.
Oh, so it is he?
It's a he.
Okay.
It's a he.
When are you going to outdoor him?
Oh, that will be February, right?
February next year.
Yeah.
What about your parliamentary candidates?
They're already up.
Ah.
Yes, they are working.
How many are you filing?
This year we're filing a minimum of 25.
25.
And out of the 25, we have 9 in parliament.
Hey, sir.
Write it down today. Today is 7th of 7th.
Out of the 25.
1 year from today, we'll be voting.
9.
9. And remember to call me, and then I will tell you that I have 9
Today is exactly 1 year.
1 year.
1 year.
7-7.
7-7. Yeah.
And this, inshallah, by the grace of God, all those listening will testify that.
Which are the constituencies are you referring?
6 somewhere,
Hey.
3 somewhere.
6 somewhere, 3 somewhere.
Finish.
And you are working seriously to get
Very.
Because you know that the parliamentary elections have become very crucial to
this year.
MPP and NDC.
They are going to suffer it this year. None of them can form government. And I will show them.
APC will All People's Congress.
APC will teach them leadership.
Wow.
We'll teach them leadership. February, I'll be having a maiden lecture.
Oh, okay.
And the way forward. The title of the topic, the maiden topic is I'm not here to blame anybody. I am going to give Ghanaians the solution to Ghanaians' problems. And any party can take it. I don't mind. Yes.
Solutions to Ghanaians'
problems. Not blaming Andy. So the title of is I'm not here to blame anybody. That's the title of the topic. I'm not here to blame anybody. But the rest of it is going to be solutions.
Okay.
And I want the media houses to be there. All the media houses. And then you go home and then you say, who is this?
Immediately after the lectures, I will host you. But that it will be 2 solid hours.
I'm telling you.
That's what you're going to do.
You have already booked
do you sometimes receive requests from
media houses?
These major political parties for you to come and join them, maybe?
Every time, every day,
They've been calling you to come and align with them.
They want me to. There's no need. There's no need.
And you are rejecting such offer?
Yes.
Oh, but why? Why are you rejecting
Because bunch of businessmen.
Can't you also align with them so that you can change the status quo?
I don't want to be a businessman. I want to change. I want Ghanaians to build that third force. We don't want to be playing soccer with 2 teams. We want to play soccer with 3 teams so that there are other opportunities for Ghanaians to see. It's easy for me to become president if I join NDC or MPP, and I will hit it one touch. If I'm the NDC flag bearer, there's no campaign. We are going straight to the Jubilee House. If I'm the NDC flag bearer, there's no campaign. I'm going straight. But I don't want to be their flag bearer. We need to have options, alternative solutions to our problem. They have messed up this country for too long. 32 years. At 32 years, Ghanaian do not have a job. Doesn't have a job. After 32 years of leadership of NDC and MPP, go around and count those who are 32 years. Let's line them up, and less than 5% of them have jobs. That is a failure.
Okay. So as we speak, are your executives very, very active on the ground?
How many of them are here?
I can count that your general secretary is here, your national coordinator.
National organizer.
National organizer is here.
National coordinator is there.
National coordinator.
He's also a coordinator.
Oh, okay.
They're the ones who are doing the billboards and all that. They're here.
So they're on the ground.
Are we not on the ground right now?
Dr. Hassan Hassan Ayariga, the founder and leader
How many
of the APC.
how many people do you invite? Frank Bale, do you invite, and they come with this team?
Yeah.
How many of them? When you invite them, do they come with a team like this? No.
I can see.
We are very serious, and you can go the stretch of that.
But how do you solicit funds to support your activities?
This is where I was trying to tell you that NDC and MPP are businessmen who have decided to form the government. We don't believe in looking for funds from the people who will give us directives of what to do. We don't believe in that.
Okay.
We believe that Ghanaians must vote out of their own conscience. They should believe in the leadership they are voting, not to be enticed with money to manipulate their minds to keep giving us the wrong leaders. In normal circumstances, as a political party, you don't need money to
Oh, but at least you'll be going around.
that is what I'm saying.
You'll be visiting constituencies. You need money to buy
I'm
food.
coming. The kind of money that they need today in Ghana to win an election, corrupt election, to win a corrupt election, you need $150 million to $200 million.
Wow.
To win a corrupt election. But to win a proper election, you need only Ghanaians. Without money. Vision. Policies. Straightforward. And let them listen with your help. But you people too are corrupt. You see the point? The media too are corrupt.
Are you sure?
No, the media give. Look,
We are corrupt?
I'm not calling you. I said the media. I'm not generalizing it. I said some of you.
Okay.
You understand?
You have used the appropriate word.
Yes, some of you are very corrupt. You know why? Just listen to yourself. Most of the TV and radio stations almost every day. NDC, MPP. NDC, MPP. How do you sell a product that is not in the market?
Okay.
Why? Because the media are underpaid. They are underpaid. Their salary is nothing to write home about. So they definitely become weak. And they are enticed by political parties who then give them their bidding to do. My leadership, media men will be paid well. There's criteria for everyone.
Be it the private or the government.
Be it the private or government. There must be, you see, when I started the beginning of the story, I told you the salaries of workers cannot fit them, their standard of living and all. I mentioned it. I said that we must have a system that is sustainable, salaries that are sustainable.
Okay.
That people can freely make their own decisions without being enticed. So most of your colleagues, most of them have become either NDC members or MPP members. And that is why we are unable to bring out the truth of what is happening in this country. They cover it for them.
Okay.
And when we call them for press conference, we don't pay them the way they want. Then another person call, oh, Ayariga's press conference, how was it? He said, this is the level. Don't telecast this. Don't telecast that. The producer is asked to check Ayariga's press conference before they start producing. But today, we didn't check. We went live. This is what I like.
Do you know your membership drive?
A huge, it keeps increasing.
But you are someone who believes in data collection.
Every minute, every day, every second.
And you've been monitoring.
Yes. We have a data for it every second, every minute. APC is just catch fire. Boom. My brother, 6 MPs from one place, 3 MPs from one place. That's the new record. 6-3.
Dr. Hassan Ayariga.
6-3.
6 somewhere, 3 somewhere.
Yes.
Regions? What about the regions?
No, I won't give you the regions. If I give you the regions, the NDC and the MPP will be rushing there. When they see my cousin, they see my campaign team there, they say, hey, you guys should be careful. Ayariga is coming.
Right. It has been very good to speaking with you for about 1.5 hours now.
I've enjoyed you. You're very decent.
Thanks so much. Yes. And by February, as you've indicated, which day specifically?
10th.
Or you have 10th February? Yes. So after 10th February.
Man with data, we have every information.
Oh, wow. After 10th February, we shall also arrange another one, and we host you.
Keep talking.
Yeah.
Now that you have 3 microphones,
yeah.
I mean, APC should be given a platform.
Yeah. I've taken contact from your General Secretary, and we'll be scheduling APC.
So I want to greet everybody listening to NEET FM.
Yeah.
That This is the FM station you should listen, even though this afternoon I was a bit angry. But you're a good man. You're a good man. You're a very good person. I mean, you show some level of journalism. And not everybody that has that kind of matured understanding and knowledge and wisdom of how to host a candidate. You understand? You have shown a level of maturity that I respect you.
Thank you
I
so
really
much.
respect you. And
Thank you so much.
I ask that they increase your salary.
Thank you very much. That's very important.
I will tell you, your boss to increase your salary.
That is very, very important.
Because you, yes.
All right, okay. God bless you for being part with us. So at appropriate time, we shall reschedule with another one. Dr. Hassan Yarga, the founder and leader of the All People's Congress, and the Commodore Torchlight, and the Attorney How you need 100.9 Vehicles and Assets Dealers Union Ghana. Vamos a no more ever be doing como se dice.
Torchlight Jumedi and Meets 100.9.
Jamagana for Aquaba be made by Needs 100.9 Torchlight Suni and Yawada Vehicle and Assets Dealers Union Ghana and Empenyufui Atanase Yawaha. Yenu mo eba bidin komo. Ekomodian munina no titiriu ejina. Ka ne ka ton ewo ye memo kosen. Aben eye so be restricted no maybe ye krade ba ye memo. Ene yatesa aban na withdraw. Was suspended. They say there's suspended say den. Itini nyina no ene car dealers no wa they pot. Car en kan na uni 45,000. What the ne wu ko yi an wan shall be in the 170,000 Ghana cedis. Saying na egu dwuma no find ene chairman trakwa wa ha enrechire no so chairman ne ya na be review position ground.
There's a position that be
aya opposition dane
me general
opposition na dane it Chama tragwa Chama me mwagwa ba na say
ye no ya Mike
na bibi akoye ben kasa mu ni kakra ma me
yo me da sick
bibi akoye de
Erade adum yegusun kakra
na mo na efesa no
ye da sick
sika ni abba pa Clifford Ansu Enso wa director of operations said the Mavada Clifford and as I say when as
Asesa.
As I say we there titra na be kasa opposition no
Secretary ankasa.
Okay as they say Clifford Ansu ono no ye the general secretary of the Vehicles and Assets Dealers Union Ghana Clifford yamagwaba
Eja mejo so minia
amba tu bia boko
ewe nyankopon adaro ma na mo so e
oh nyame adom Chama na say ka adwuma no e kwase wo mam
yo Mike we de me da say na me fa sa akwanya we so enchia mikuoma ye Vehicle and Assets Dealers Union of Ghana executives ni nyina me ma omo nyina moni adwuma
Chama bacha be
se afi oma me ya bo adwuma sono ama empuntu aba ye union no mu nti na se na ye de sa akwanya we so e de da won ase na there udi nka bisa e na se na ka adwuma no eko nyame anim nie de di en bedua ha no mo no de na nka de tituru pa ne dia esiye anka LIB anka minister
of trade
yes parliament no na nka wakwaje saa tumi na fi ode abe restrict yen ya ye ton cars no na nyame ncha de a enwumre no enwumre wie mu ye tie se efede wa suspend saa fa saa kwanya we so eda ministers say watu saa namon no sanse se wantu saa namon na nke de oyenni kese bebre ne ministry no a waba as a minister no na nke de oyenni kese pa bebre no but ese ono so anamontu a yetu ya yekopie mu yekochia committee no e wo parliament a omo committee ni hu anibri ni ye ni hu fifiri a ye di pie ho no mo na so omo bo na mane yes da bi de ekọ no wanhwe ni ye de o how bebre o nti otie ya no wayi eyi na fi wo ye da ministry na se na yeko yenim no saa ayi ka ton asem na wo kan de sisi ayi de say enye obi na ebe ka kire o se ka adwuma de abafom che say egu anesa esan say enka oman Ghana na nka yetu anamon aduru baabi pa e wo ka ton mu free mfie beye edum mienu ana se edunum de ko nyina na che say nka ka ton no na nka ba bedu yenum Mike senka obehwe a wo hu na nka Ghana kro eduru ebiri bi a betwa mu kọ no na nka o peka ato a ka dada a ebi a obi atenamu a na nka yakwa akopenti ho na nka ye de ayeden ye de ababesu oni aton ama na nam kaafo yeso ye pese ye boa ye mine ntino ye di si ye ni so eye adwuma se ne ye kaas no ye mma Ghana fo ntoka dada ne ye repair ne ye nton bio ena ma ka aton ede ba ne ya de adwuma ya ba bedu ba bi a ye dui enti kasa bredi na nka chese nka ye in advance level ampu nka assemblies yi ba yi krampu no nka o se Ghana for ye anka ye tonton cars yi kra ye kra na nka o se ye start say ye assemble cars no nka nye ne say ahoho na say companies bi na aba o mo ba be ye sa adwuma no e de amaye no enti ka ton no de nyame anim ne nokure ni enya ade asisi a no se oba bi ewo akire no ohwe o papa ne papa adwuma okwa na ode ne nsapan aba fie ne ade na minye sure se oba no ebe attract ne so no so nkoye ne papa adwuma ne bi san se den maye de ama aye den papa ne se be mfie miensa de ko mfie mienu de ko mfie miensan ka ton no akoye bibi se okokofa ka no de ba duty a obetua wo sra ma che se wo ye na hwe enye yi na oman no so ekọ ahiehie mu se covid ne Russia Ukraine war nti amasika sam nyina abo apeten enti nyame ye wadom kra na atumi kokofa ka baako na ode ba na wo hwe se ne awoto no na wo hwe se ne awo ye shipment na wo hwe se ne awo yi na kire se woton a enton enti ka no kra kokofa besi wo no e bia mfie mienu na ka ne da so si ho no mo a wo ye ho hwe a enye ye enti kan se ka adwuma na kwa akosisi a baby
ayeden pa
ayeden
na maybe say nti assembling plants na eba aba yɛmɛn no kwan bɛn so na afa so contribute to the success story ɛfa mo ana mo kraka de ba yɛmɛn mo Clifford
minia Mike say we dey medical asan so achia obiem
yes
na machia otiefo nso so na machia former general secretary of CPP nana ya janto na menchia Vadak abusuakuo nyinaa na peso menchia mo fa asefo ne menamfo ne menua ne mabusuafo a me no mo so eton ka wo first like kwasi ntia mo ane opete nkokofo mrantie bepofo mrantie ne ade abeku duga ne ade Mike
yeah papa
asem ya obisa mi ho on sen company for asem petia na sese no adwuma na ayeye no asem abem na asem abem no meka draft bill na gaya ko parliament no so asem kakra asem amba wasem no so say ya di aseda kese ebema speaker any minority for almost already say ade no omonji ntum no eho omaya ade pa amayen na abana ade ananka o ye na namo a otu ye no say ono aso hu say se wanhwe na chi ahun se ba bia no ko nsa na ehwe aturo se sen yo ade a wode kwa IMF wodi ka kire umpo se ehun eyinya se oba restrict importation na so oba IMF wodi a untime restrict importation na nanka wo ye smart e dia besin dia ko parliament dia ko sa ade e di nanka abana na adwene se bia de o ye no IMF wo ne hu na nanka o mu hu ana se na onim se we too fast we too smart e di na se nka wo tu sa na mo ne de a se na ono aso nanka ete January and the suspension na ye say abans was o drabi no de kono wa wodro anas was suspended no enya aban ne pe e no de kono no was suspended o anas wa wodro
IMF
na mo me yatumi ya ba bi efira ya ba na wono wontumi nyina no ntino e na o ye ne sa ma no a oso wodro na nye bibia IMF fo na ka chen say adna wo ye ne papa yi ba bi akọ na hwetro na ye sa na ne ye kan no enti twensan e no twensan ye no okay importation duty sem ehun ni ade no ya sisi ya tie mamu de obi ya nim se aban no agu adwuma na ye na ya ka adwuma na ye ton no na enkofo ka so mba be ka so e mami ya gitum even though se ye ton ka but ye ne je se sabi ka fra cha ye man ya mu na ka adwuma ne ye na company se aba na mo so mba be ka se ne ade anya de nada ye benya sa adwuma no bisan ka so yakwa
na sana ka we de mon ha mo se mo kokra ne ade aba wo mo de o na ka mo fa bi
pepepe na so no se ba mo ba na adwuma na no mba be nyina no na nya se ne ye fa no nya sa na etie ka no ya o mo so mo ba be na nkasa no Mike se utimi asambo ka ba ko pe wi a na so be kra 1000 cars impa utimi ye mo ye nyina wa abrochire ho na de nyina ba Ghana ya anya hampo ne na ya employer amanfo se kwana ko ya adwuma no ho enti ni o ma penti picture wa bontin se oh
ope so che se wo mo assemble ka
bese me che o se ni ya friend TK di no semi knockdown no ana se complete knockdown no o se ye kwata chima akofo tomatoes de ba o box mu ye ba be yi aton enti cars na so no ya PCC no ya tutum ni nyina na ye de go box mu na ye ba ya ba be hihye so o hihye ba ko pe awie okrom ha wie a te Toyota Corolla na wa hihye ba ko na wa wie a utumi so pe another Toyota Corolla no 1 million po na pesa wo de ba ukra wo de ba na ya ye ni nyina wie a wo de ba untua du tintua hwe ti na so abeton se ne a car dealer e kraka ababeton no pepepe ne ma wo de no e brand na wo de firi wa de ba ne mpo no wada se bia wo ye si abroche no se anya 2 years o anya 3 years o nam se wo de firi abroche na de ba ye obro ni ne de ba ne de ye fa ne se e brand new en wo de ba enti se bye no ene na ebe maka adwuma no ye ho ato ye na se ye ho nto ye ne de America ma adwuma me ye ho akere ye ama ya ho akyere yen
assembly plant vehicle assembly plant
ama ya ho akyere because car na nkasa no nya dodo bi na omo produce ha na timi amiti demand na Ghana for every
no
ena eno susu ntino aba no so e de duty no so no e be ma ye de no bo na aba be ye den ya utua e so utua duty kese ena nkrofo no so na mo be sa de nam se omo first 3 years se mo bi ya ntua duty bibi odi ba bia no say ye kiss no de ba be ye spare parts no de ba ka na nkasa no why na abroche fresh kra de ba no mo ntua duty bia amfa mo man no your man no e da so ya ye boka e wo ho kama ya ye ntua bibia omo ntua bibia emfament ye ne a wo ba kraka de ba ne de sa duty na asenka oburu ni tua no e de abegu wo de no so nti wo ton a e wo so de ayiro susu nua Ghana ni ma wo no so oto ya ni nyina de ehunu se enye emu ayedin sese ya me no ka se wonim se Toyota Yaris a 2018 ubeyi utua duty a ubetua 56,936
Toyota Yaris
56,936 ana obetua o na so obetua Toyota Yaris sa buo we as a duty na o de ba abonten a ahina akopa ata o de bema o de fan se so we ne mpimani mumpo a entwam 1 billion na akuta Toyota Yaris na 1.1 1.2 a abai ano nya hyedodo enso se ba bia ba ne di wakoduro ne ntino wo san wachi enyeye awo so to ne sa edi se nya se wa offset ana se wodi duty na se nkankrofo ni tua no omo ntua no de begu yen de no so a na e wo fom a anka ye enti assemblies ne ba omo bae no omo akas na omo nye dodo be se omo so po omo san so a che po se o ka no hia o place order de mo omo no atres kan de omo se bia umba ma bia 4 months asan o ka na kasa o ka so pe no omo de every bro no
na so omo ya wo mo di free ho na e
ene de omo di free na we bro nti ke se nya de a abane hye na bi odi ka na omo hye no ono ana na o te ase
it is supposed say we ye car dealer na wo pe eye car bi akwakosi wo garage a wo kwa you place in the order na ya mam be 4 months
asaka ne ba asaka na wo place order na de ama enti se na ka abane hye we ana na omo hye no na ma ho mpepere on se ade e bi nsida ene na wo ye bia wo bebre na ade e bia si pen wo ye bia hwe template nso abetumi aye ya ho nkokere wo saa oman ye mpanimfo a asensan agreement ama ebre bia na agreement ya besan bia no obi ba osi o na sa ade a ye de ye te ebo asika kra anke benya more percentage sesei mark sesei ya me no e ka sei Nyakopon ada roma anka yesi yen collect cars mi wura ho kakra wa misa bad mbese me baby amadu
account anka baby say to the wabo so
say me wura ho
because account
okay ye ba electric cars say ho ne nyina ye ba be ko fine obroni na ye car na bibini anya bi atenam nzo obroni se da cha oba electric cars a untimi kan ho hwese bi a osuso nkonkodi akire bi enya da na ba kodi akire sa fine electric cars na ba be ye nyamia ya dum ama de a ye de be ye sa adwuma lithium ya nka se yenya bi a ye betu no hai tika de be ne sikwan se lithium na ye de be sa adwuma no na wanya bi a Chile anya lithium no bi Chile South America country adwe onya ne se manya bi de a mommra mikuro na mbesi plant no mikuro na mutu a monya bi ya wo ha factory no kra monya ba
abasa na ban we nso aye ref wa masi aye refinery no ha wo fa nko as a and agreement
Mike the percentage of the sen
a percentage ni dey say nyina ye nim da
anti wunimi ho sa na me ho na me di ba bedro no percentage na ye wo mu no e di anti ena so obeka che Ghana for say omo 13%, right on say wo ye ade bi a esesa wo ye na e boa wo man san say no man mra bi atwa mo na 10 million a ya be 20 million ena 30 million nti hunu say 10-20 years time no e bi be be 50 na sa be be 50 no onia ba wo ni nyina wo de hyeche wo egodi obro ni nsem obetu ni nyina mane nyina asan bi obeja akwa akọ sa be nchiri ma na omo ba ne be ne de ya ma omo sa wo electric cars anka nya bad na nsa last I find say omo panin budget yo de ko yi so ka say omo waiver electric cars so wo a wo de kit no be ba no tie ni yo kit na wo ba be hyeche cars e wo ni ade wo ha no say electric cars nko na ba be de a omo waiver wa so nim se nkrofo yi o me ya car okrom hai machine se o me di ka betintin ye no aya no o mo hye mra so me ya car no ha no electric car bi an ka ho engine cars no ba be yo na fe wo ka che o mo se wo o de sa kit be ba so ba be electric cars bi an ma wave no e de be ni machine no kwase sana na so kwa ne den ye nya de sa na all people be dey awura ntino also so the banner say for transportation yeah
and so for commercial purposes
yo na ke say we no ya omo shada kwa cars ya di kan ya no aburo kire ho awie ya electric cars no do abewuram sade e be ya oba du tisem bia no omo entua ne nya ne ntia se omo ankrofo na hihem omo na sha ase ya omo de beba sade e be ya oh aban kura de car 100 na aban tina electric cars ne adnade ne ya modi yanka se bia aban se ne ya ma obi ya si business man so na ya aban na ni krofo na omo hye wa ya omo ye nye man sa ye muo ma ye nye o man sa adwuma oba ya amanfo ye de hwe omo ebe omo brai odon sa ba kika ni nyina kyese ase nyansa kwan bi so anya anye egu ni nyina mo gu ni nyina se to amene o kwa akoto da wu matis mpo a mageri da wu matis kitikiti kwa o to ne 55,000 2020 da wu matis kitikiti kwa no ni to ne 17,000 and 55,000 every 4 years o ya beto ba 2020 Toyota VT na ya tono 25,000 and a 4 plus na 26,000
yeah
and 65,000 to 70,000
yeah
ntia de ben kwa ne dem speeding kwa ne ye ko ne sa ntia mi kam ya sa aban no onim de we a ye de economy etuminika but onim de we a de economy slow down ana de ane ne ade a e ha adwen kakra man nti ade na omo ba so omo ye ne ade ne de se Ghana for Ghana ni bebere ntimi anya sa bia te se ka ne boy ye fokura na omo so omo ye ka ketwa nkura na ho wa ye de a cha okura be $25,000 a scared that from what the best cities me scared that from ka so omo so ka na omo ye so omo nton ne cities so omo ton ne dollars ha na omo ka che e na wo mra num ti omo se dollar ne se ekosoro a omo no ton se ekosoro na obi no ye sa nhihye na wo nkrofo no a omo ye we mem ene adwuma omo no omo ye ene fidi families bebre o mem mo be ya campaign 2012 ni adi mo be free cars bebre ba mo ntimi po ampiatua sage 2016 na mo win ya akana ka fa de ka ya mo ntimi ntuatua we nyina ne hyehye mo na nyame ya adom na mo tumi benya power enkrofo na tumi bu amo ma mo free car kwa mo campaign mo de aba power no mo sa enkrofo na adwuma no wo so wo ba begu no sabi so obi turo kokohwe nkwa ake turo ba kokohwe wuo bara kwa sa na na ado ne enkrofo no ye turo mo de mo kokohwe nkwa no eno mo de ba kokire wuo ye sa so anya kama
Medas Yane Vehicle and Access Dealers Union of Ghana and Pendufo Nidin Common. Chairman Tragua, Chairman Assembly Hoons and Semi, a sender also at the end.
You, Mike, with the Medin kind, Messada was CB. The TN say, say, a year Ansu or Casano, Utumo say, Akumano, I was.
And any other pa.
Nanyas and Akumana, I was say, Bia, a Yahu Grosso, who ye Juma. Now, if you send a situation na adwuma no ntumi nkɔ n'anim a ɛyɛ saa na ɔnso anka ɔbɛkasa na ebi asa ebi enko yi a saa na ɔsɛ kɔ no wɔn sɛ saa ayi no na before sɛ mɛba ɛno no so no mɛsrɛ sɛ ɛyɛ trade minister sɛ
honorable Katie Amon
honorable ɛyɛ saa bill na anaasɛ airline na anka ɔde kɔ parliament na anka wako siki saa ayi no sɛ wa withdraw sɛ wa yɛ de yon ɔmra no nkyerɛ mu yie
okay
esan sɛ yɛn car dealers no yɛ de na ewu mu no yɛ ne standard authority ayɛ adwuma ekoduru baabi enti yɛ de na anka yɛn expect sɛ nka ɔde 22 items no menka sɛ no nso krampo no ɛyɛ na anka ɔde kɔ a na anka yɛ de na de nkeni sɛ ɛka ho bi koraa esan sɛ sɛ wohwɛ a bɛyɛ 2022 no mu sorry bɛyɛ 2020 ɛna yɛ ne ɔmampani kɔhyiaeɛ ɛna ɔyɛ ne sɛ nka ɔma bra ɔmo yɛ sɛ ɔmo ma yɛn fa cars ne ma no yɛ ne ɔmampani kɔhyiaeɛ no ɔyɛ sɛ wɔtwam yɛnkɔ ne yɛnkɔ yɛ adwuma so ɛho enti yɛgu so a yɛ adwuma a yɛnim sɛ baabi a yɛbɛbɛduru no deɛ yɛ adwuma no a yɛyɛ no ɛno ana yɛgu so a yɛyɛ no na omampani bra oka se yenkonko yere adwuma wanka ne saa keko o se ministry no ene car dealers no enye hyehyeye a ebetumi aboa car dealers so or say na mente ase beginning no basisi a mo ba your friend Jubilee House idea mate dia mwaka ase enti minister mo ne omonko na nhihye bi e ho no monko na monko ye se na be ye beboa car dealers ne so but the truth of the matter is say since then no ye share dan ye nhihye bia
enhia ma mu hu se sa emra na ba ye no
ba beboa ye adwuma no
okay
se sa nhihye we na o mampani ka se ebia monko na monko ye mo adwuma no ebia ye ko ye tu anamon ye kwa koduru sei the same thing na san si ene minister wako parliament speaker aka kire ne say so ko ye engagement
meba asade wo mo engage mo ana
hwe ne krata ne mepacho ne krata na da hai eye minister ne krata ni ne letter ye tro no enu nie eye enu nie August 25th 2023
okay
ebra oba ye na ye tro sa krata e de call ne office say ye pesi ye ni hia ne ye be ma na kwa aba na afesi ye ma na kwa aba wi a de ewo ho ene nhihye ye ne ona bo akire manten ehihye ye no ba bia ye duru bia no ye de tu nanim eno ni butaye a ye de sa krata we de koma no from August ene ye wo December you minister emfre ye no car dealer or Ghana ha no mo a nhihye a o de call parliament
but you wrong say when engage mo because when one more import nnuane ne ade no food and beverages the goods are for no ne ade almost say one more de one more frɛ wom but one more frɛ wom ne say omko kan ye na nye no no mo di ye adwuma etu omro kra de ne say ye from ne ye de ya bɔ mama ne ye be say ye ne but mo de ne
ya frɛ yen kra
mo so na mo ye part of the 22 items so we na na da bia make say stakeholder consultations na Sabay the bibi ba wa mo nye no
na Mike
to entirety no
say cardless wo hu say omo afa ye say sapofunu bi say omo mfa obuo bi emmayen but ye ntrasesa o my Ghana car baako 100,000 ena na nka cardless ye de ba every year enti say na wo hwe duty na eyade a na ekosoro pa enti nanka o my Ghana sika ye de boy akohoma no nanka cardless nkwa ye contribute to about 60 to 70% na o my no e de bo ne ho bra enti so wo hwe sa policy yi kura e ba ye ya o my no elusu 3 years o lusu 820.3 million Ghana cedis because of car importation na aba from no so enti say sa nipa say na oni omo ya de na won fa ni de ni obuo e ma wo mo say wo kwa koye policy a odi edi ba be de edi abre yen na wantumi amfra ye mpo na wanka ho asem ankyere na che say obu yen sen enu ekosu bio no ye dwuman emra mo ni abrofu ikoko san mo say ai de ba wa de ba MOU no wantumi eni ya antrase ama ehu esinto ba bia de ebekọ ne ade ama sesei ka dealer bi o krom ha bia no aye ha okọ ka garage sa ye ni ka ba akokora ho aye ton so na sa pemra ikura so na okọ akofa ba say restrictions a also obeje permit yenso ye dwuma na ye no so oni ye trase ne akire omu a most of omo de cars ne ba no majority of them no outside and omo to no de breye enti senka restriction be mu a enka ono onipa na oti America ana oti Germany ana oti Canada no obede no wanya sa permit ni bi no ono so atumi de car ba oman no mu na chesi adwuma na eko fom no enti de ye ka kire ne se speaker ene minority for eni ba omu ba mu bi na nti ya withdraw esa no li na say we na nko omo de ko no e kire say omo so omo nko consultations ye best minister ne say oma ye trase na enhihye bi a ye be hihye ama cardless Ghana use cardless ye adwuma no epeja na de omo de aba no so se be ko nanim a atumi akọ nanim na nye say bi ampanimfo kire say usum kwadu a no wasum bode enso nyese bia wo kokofa brand new cars ne ba enti no na enu enti no wan se omo de o promote omo sa o promote omo wo hwe de menua ansu kan na o se say ye wo de car no wo ye car no so wo man wo asambo car no wo asambo car no na say wo de car no ebia 50 kura ba na say wo so wo de wo hia be 500 pieces a wo be kwa kofa 450 no every wo mother country na ba na enye say ebia ono no obo ne sirem no waka ade a policy document na ewom so hu enti ye adwuma ne de enam saa de we no e bae no ese ye de ye omo yi ipemu kura se ye nye hwe ma o my Ghana enso ya ye bia ma o my Ghana enti ade na fe de mudi eba beduru ba bia ye duri se adwuma na ye no ka ba akope duty ebi a okwa kotua duty enti se obede no wo de ka na ba
it is say duty na be ne de na fa dollar na amana kwakoba ne sa feature you know
dollar no e ka ho bi na dollar no ka ho bi no so no policy document ne ne kire say eye policy document a guide sa assemblies no so kire say e wo say utumi de incentives bi de ma wo na fe odi duties egu eye importing of sa used cars no so to discourage importation of used cars enti na kire say ona abane de wonani so ade hunu mu no se duties kura kosoro a na kire so achieve ni aim because policy document no mo de ma na kire say
duties ne kosoro
se duties ne kosoro
enti na just kan e beba no bo beye den
ne bo beye den se na be ya won konkofa mba enti nka we discourage us from going in for importation of used cars no na nka ekwan be na sisi ya no se ya mfa mba yen den ni di because won crofo no omu cars no betumi asamba na policy document na so ka emeyete ase say ono no o start assembly na first year ebia watumi aye car no dodo okra ye be ye 1000 car ana so the offer say 2000 krampa na che say 5 assembly plant na wo ha no obi ye 2000 krampo na at the end of the year no say no be so and even 10,000 kra na 20,000 enti na che say still na o say ye na ye cry use cars no uma wani ba ho so na wo hwe ye adwuma na wo ye na be my guidelines akopim bia ebia 5 years 10 years time na efe no wanya o peak time a me fan say wo local product no etumi akwakodu be 50% no efe wo the restrictions bi ebe mu a na kire so obi ehunu say
eti wo ma o ma assemble cars no mo de mani de che eyi o mutumi assemble cars
oh me de me because me fa mani enkodi akire na emu policy document a all the man me no na me de ka asem because ono no kire say or start here even afi kra na ebi obetumi aye 300 even 1000 kra me na me de ama ho say afi no o de oye 300 a enu nti na eye as a virgin assembly plant nti ontumi nya dodo nti no na mra na asa aka kire ne say wo de so otumi ye mu 50 pieces kra mpa na so wo hia 1000 for mother nation no
na
kokofa omomfamra so enti endru ba bia restrictions ni ade kra say ye adwuma e wo saa assembly na omoye ne mu no that is a fact say wo see you know who restrict saa importation of used cars na wo local assembly no ene na che say ba be yet say omuso import wo import because wa 50 wa ha no akwa 1000 dia ba saa na obe ya wa bra onu so ntua duty ena mra na kasa ka kire ne so uwie a say yen local people no say fe ye ni ba ye ho so no ye say e be kra 1 year 2 year 3 year 4 year 5 year car no bi so dia ba ono no so yen san fatabo nto so 35% duty increment en san fanto so enti so wo hwe ade na e ba ye na say aban anaso oman say me be ye bibi na me de aboa me manfo a na wo hwe say ni dynamics ye wo sa de mu a na che say emmoa no ye hu ba bi a efi ade aba yen local
dealers just as to say president and instructed the then minister
yes
you launch Martin so no mon entenance na monye hihye ni mu kwan ya mo be fa so na etimi aboa eye mo local importers and just
enye adwuma bia because say hwe sisi eya say eye adwuma enka wo say by this time media enka na wo kra wo hwe a wo bisa wo mo say na even brand new assemblies no omo ne yen atena ase anase ebi mpo a mo de mo hwe mo nkofo a ebi omo garages ne ade ne yen hwe kwan a e befa so a ye no omo bedi nsa wo so
nsa so no matimi ama mo brand new cars
ne bi because imono mo target West African countries no etino ebi amokra ye bepe bi mu a mo be ye agent ama ye ne ade na mo so matumi a contact mo
because mo na mo ton cars
ye ne ye ton cars no up to date I no ka say no enya ade a saa nhihye no ewo ho
eso na saka omo je
na so e wo say saa nhihye no ewo ho na wo
so that we you better protecting the local business people
na so wo gu yen ye adwuma no adwuma na wo gu no my alternative bia say ekwan we na mo so mo fa so na mo nsa akoma no na emu no ane say munya amadwuma na mo ebia mo fa mo nsa nche mo dem ne fam na mo hwe omo a omo de ye friend say brand new cars na omo impo omo ensemble cars no ha no ma na che say aban oni ye endi ni ye enti we de minister we ye ade a hye ne say no oni yen car dealers no entna say na yen hihye emra hihye ya ebetumi aboa ne manfo esan say wo no wunim say car dealers o ma boa yen dia o man yi dia ene yen tumi nkogu o manim ase say ebi ene no ye de hihye fufura benti no o ma adwuma enfiri o mo nsem krakrakra eno de ebe ha adwen
okay medan sinit 100.9 ye ne aye vehicles and access dealers union of Ghana empenny for vadak empenny for ne no mo din koma na ye adwumaku a wo mo kra eye cars e de ba ye memo wo mo ku ba tan ene no mo di enkomo yi wadwe nche 0503721744 nche ye be call lines azu so far o hwe said ya enrommel ko aban no montenase we restrictions e kra ebe aban se watwe sensen eno na eba mama relent mo ba be tiada ana emse motoso na mo ni minister no ana ministry no engage na mo hu e dey important ene wo na mutumi na the better understanding
me da was Mike ne wo mo ne se emse na na do ne na ban no ade ya na omonye ho ade pa no stakeholder engagement sa sembesi ana opeso ye bibi na obefrew ana obefremo se mo mra ne entra se ne enkyere adwen onye ho ade na omu ana bi asade bi ka ne sina so mo frem a de ya ne se masama mbeka bia no enya ade a mo be ya adwuma ba sade e be ya ombetumi dia toka ta so oh date say kra ye frɛ tomatoes tonfo eno mo kasae say tomatoes no amode badwam no ya mo mfa ne atisi ana mo mfa se de atisi ne mfa mra ene keke ne bi a mo ye ne sɛ obakɔ akɔkyerɛ wadwen e de akyerɛ mo mafa de ene de enya de a em sɛ omode ye adwuma na ne nyinaa so no utumu sɛ efiri na ado sɛ be ka fra kyɛ na bakosɛm ho bra no ya branti ano oba nyinaa no ta ban bia de ade ba ɔno na ado no ɔmpɛ sɛ metena so ɔmpɛ stakeholder engagement o ya no atene ho agu monten so no atene ho agu monten so nti ono na ne gi demonstration ho na ba ne ho nti ade ya fe ne engagement no ono ko ka che ne kwa na onfa nya dwuma o minister asemi ya ye ka se ewura lanche manten ono ye hia ya ne ade asema ye kan ba bia odwa gina ne se wa na ne bagina obetena se na ono obeka asem a asem no a lanche manten betena se ono ka ye no ne papa aguwade na asoma no enti bibia ni ho a wo ka che no okọ de be ye adwuma ono wie ya osore ya okọ ya pe na wato asem ko na ato atwene enti sek odi ehihye ko parliament ya tina me ka se ye be sha se ne me ka se nipa ya da o mase speaker ene minority fo no a omo sore ti ya ye no omo no maboa ye san se ko omo ko ye oduom a anka ebe ko true despite say IMF aka chen say ma on restrict importation because importation now be restrict no enya ne edi kan nie o ma panene kofo ye bi ya oso oba ne poultry na no oba ne no ordinary to say Obasanjo oba ne de Obasanjo na one na munti no Nigeria president Obasanjo oba ne de nti ono so president kofo be ne de to ye na pa de chi ye na European market for ka chen say ye wura yi say na wa ye de ya ne ye so one ye me firi Africa eba no so memfa ma no na se na papa no hu ba bia no enti sa na tie de a emra ono aye na de achia so sa twa U10 na okaset ma wodro enti na o se na nado ene na ban any minister or the other nekono any class and uncle de kokogun when you massacre sanse we de enim gu asika sie pa enim gu asika sie pa na za de a ho abakose mo ya unimu na wo san so ya se me de ko na wo de ko akwa se wo kwa kogu woni e kra ne ma adwuma ana wo kwa akogu woni e ton ne ma adwuma ana wo kwa akwa ne ya bo nsema ma abra wa so nim zade a wo kwa akwa ya enye etiam se ho ne de yanka se ye be relax de kopim se bia ye se suspending no yanka ho hwe da bi ye be koso akwa akokode akopim time a ye ho betumi atoen ama nhyehyɛ papa ye hwehwe ama ye adwuma na ye no akoyi ama ye no yaye efi se ye kan nyina duty semo a se ye adwuma ya ka ho asemi abane ye so onye ho adwuma onye ye no ebi no sase bia on se na wo ka asemi ka se dollar no so e ka ho dollar e ka ho a sabi o ka frache enye ka dealer enye businessman ene control dollar e wo ye memu enu nti ene ya pa mo se mo na mo ye mpanimfo na mo ni yanim enu nti ni ya pe ka sa papa de ma mo ya amutimu enu nti ni ya pe office papa de ma mo ya amutimu enu nti ana mo gi akatua akase so metumi a control dollar ama ye ho atoen na se magini nyina na mo ntimi anye na be kan dollar se mo kyerem se dollar na ama ne ma bo aye din na me a memeti ba bia mimi nya wo no akonya wo nya wo ti wo no me no mi ho na fa so wo ne so me de se anya bia me krade mo bi kra nya me ho fa so di me ye adwuma wo bi nya me ho fa so di ba wo de me am sika na sa so di tua wo ka na wo ntimi nya adwuma na me de ahya wo nsa ne de a na ba bia wo ti na ho po hia se okota wo kra
okay
and dollar se mo de se me de dollar ye fa ne se argument e wo ya sem no mu a ya me to twene ye ti a me to twene ne se de ahya obi sa so wo nya ho adwuma na nipa no bon na wa bon so a on kai se wa bon na onima de na se so wo ye no and the dollar no time na e be 4 series na se ba 5 series mpo no ne manage se bia wo 5 na se 6 na manage ne kakra na em try ko be se 12 ye gu so aya eko kwa eko yi se ba bia gina akọ gina e ya artificial gina e na gina e se bia ba na agbo no homoden na dollar no e na mama dollar gina o ma dollar e nyina e wo de ka e na ka no so ni sika ntumi nkotua se tua ya sta na ka sesi ya dia anka dollar ni ka basa to akosoro aya me fusika na ka se ya gise kan tena se ma e na ma so ko bim se aba no ntumi ni hyehyɛ na aborofo no de ma no so China for the day ntumi no mo kama ni a wo pe oha na wo ya de aya nya ya Ghana for bo ensem ma no ono mo nsem mfa ma san se ono ne kuro mu no so wagege corruption so a anka ne kuro no ba bia ya waduro no nti wo se ye wa nya memfa emma se Paris crowd so wate ase mpo na ye ma na China ono wante ase ti wante ase a sika na ya twa ya ba no se ne so amma so a ese ba bia ya duro no ye ho a kire yen ba ku na di kan mo de ma yen po mo hu se na ye dan kubetem o ma mo ya ne a na ka economy ka na ka collapse kra etu no mo di kan ma 600 bi no ni aka hyehyɛ no abane nyere ne ho no nkwa mfa man ka ya duty o de gu aso denden ni excuse me o de gu aso denden ya ntia etimi fa ka ase mai so ma ka ase ne ba mo na duty no e wo form na ma 40 de ba nka o gi a o betimi sika na hye baabi na ma agboro ne amumuye nti no o be sa adwuma ne keke sadi ebe ya amanfo nsa nkoya no na kakra bi nkodi enkrofo bi ho no eno nti na ma ye bra obi aka ye ne a ebi aka so aka ho no.
All right, mo protocol officer Alex Gwagutete wan homa no so ba chairman sa electric cars won say when they you move alcohol no say na the different dynamics e ba said na anso kano kwan best na mo position mo
Akimedasi won say bibia no ba e wo so dia wadi kan no enhyehyɛ o de betu kwan mu no saa enhyehyɛ ne bi na e wo say won so ofa so sɛ wo hwɛ enhyehyɛ a electric denti na ye call electric cars ye call electrical cars because say no omu nyina hunu say environment no ye problem wom no nti ye behia electric cars a ebetumi ama pollution ne saa ne ma na ekoso no etumi aba fom nti ewiase nyina na aye adwen say ye be move every internal combustion engines ne yakọ electric cars nti se ohwe America na odi kan initiative saa program na California no wa start a ono no wode nhyehyɛ agu kwan mu so ehun nhyehyɛ ode agu kwan mu no bi ne kwan on befa so on be charging point na afi no ye hefa ne ye charging point no ɛhe fa ne yɛmfa bi nkosi ɛhe fa ne yɛmfa bi nkosi ɛno no ɔma ma ɔmo ho time bɛyɛ 2 3 4 5 years na kyerɛ sɛ ɔmo ayɛ saa nneɛma no nyinaa wɔ ɔman no mu ansa na afei no yɛahwɛ ha wa yɛbɛfa so a saa cars no bɛba ɛsiane sɛ deɛ yɛkan no electric cars no ne charge no ɛnte sɛ wonamoa na ebi a wokɔ baabi te sɛ Kumase na wo battery no ara ne down na wokɔ akɔ charge a ɛte sɛ petrol na wokɔkɔdu hɔ no mu na no ebi a mefa sɛ wakyere wɔ filling station hɔ koraa ebi a 10 minutes no na wayɛ den na wɔatumi a charge wo car no anaasɛ wɔatumi atɔ petrol na wokɔ no wo ne deɛ nte saa kyerɛ sɛ wankyɛ koraa no sɛ wo battery ne ra ne down wankyɛ koraa nyɛ bɛyɛ 30 minutes enti na kyerɛ sɛ baabi a yɛbɛ charge car no koraa no ɛwɔ sɛ yɛyɛ baabi a ɛbɛyɛ spacious minua so ho ne a mekyerɛ ɛwɔ sɛ ɛbɛyɛ baabi a ɛbɛyɛ spacious na sɛ yɛ mpo a yɛka se yɛwevu taxes every so yi sɛ bi a China company bi ɛte sɛ car dealers wɔ Ghana because say yɛwevu tax every so nti yɛpɛ sɛ yɛde bi brɛ mo sisi yɛ a no asesa bɛyɛ 100 of them ɛde aba se yɛmfa nyɛ adwuma as pilot kora mpo a ɛhe fa ɛna yɛbɛ sɛ car ne ba yɛbɛ charge no yɛni charging point wɔ kuma MC kuma deɛ ɔma yɛ kora ɛwɔ kurom ha nkran ha kora mpo anaasɛ bibi a mate no ɛyɛ bɛyɛ 4 otherwise just bi a wo kɔ no odi generator sika no mu na sɛ okuduru baabi a wa charge I don't know enti ɛsɛ sɛ yɛ boaboa yɛ ho yie ne yɛde hyia sa adeɛ na ɛba no ɛsan sɛ adeɛ a aba foforɔ wo yɛ a wo ebi aba na wo nam Kumase kwan so a wo kɔ no wo ka wo battery koko wu a wobɛyɛ den na wɔatumi akɔ w'anim enti nka hɔ deɛ nkani sɛ yɛde yɛadwen hwɛ so ɛna ɛyɛ America hɔ nom ankasa nso ɔma ma ɔmo ho bɛyɛ 35 years ɔmo di gye adeɛ no nkakra ɛkɔpem 35 years deɛ na kyerɛ sɛ internal combustion engine cars no koraa deɛ ɛfiri system no mu na kyerɛ sɛ yɛfrɛ ne sɛn electric cars no astart yɛ adwuma na yɛ man mu no sɛn na ɛteɛ so enti nneɛma no bi wɔ mu ɛba na ɛte sɛ because climate change for aka ɛno nti no sɛ yɛayɛ ahobuo sɛ yɛnyɛ ahobuo ɛwɔ sɛ yɛtumi ɛkɔkɔyɛ na no krampo apart from charging point no krampo firi hɔ no mo a ye road no so ɛte sɛn Mike apart from nkran ha na yɛwɔ no me se sɛ okɔ mikro mu dankyerɛ skuma na sɛ wo firi dankyerɛ skuma na wo wuram hɔ ɛde akɔ dangerous ne saa mmerɛtwe so ne nasefo na I'm telling you so okokodu na abehu sɛ electric cars no ebetumi akɔ hɔ anaasɛ ntumi nkɔ hɔ entinka yɛmfa asɔman no yɛhwɛ kwan a yɛbɛfa so a yɛgye saa electric cars na de atomu di a kwan a yɛbɛfa so a yɛbɛyɛ ya kwan no yie nkakra because you are talking about electric so ɛnyɛ yɛfrɛ no sɛ internal combustion engine ɛno deɛ ɛwɔ ahoɔden anaasɛ ɛyɛ nnadeɛ no wei no ne nyinaa run with the batteries a ɛwɔ mu no enti ɛno nso ehia good roads so enti sɛ yɛse yɛbɛgye atomu a America mpo wɔ no wɔ sika no ɔso ɔde 35 years ɛna ɔde to hɔ no ɔde ayɛ saa adwuma no ho akwan ne si na yɛ deɛ yɛbɛ abɛgye atomu wɔ mmerɛ a yɛnyɛ ready enti yɛ deɛ sisi a deɛ yɛka ne sɛ as car dealers deɛ yɛka ne sɛ ɔman no ankasa no last 3 years ago ɛna ɔkɔkɔ fa nkɔfoɔ baayɛ sɛ ɔmo mmra mɛyɛ cars wɔ ɔman mu anaa mɛboa ɛnyɛ electric cars na mmom internal combustion engines ɛna yɛyɛ na nti yɛno no yɛayɛ kɔ akɔduru sɛn ɛna afei yɛsan akɔfa electric cars nso aba abɛka ho sɛ yɛkɔfa electric cars no de aba abɛka ho nso a anamɔn bɛn na yɛtu asɔman na yɛtumi ɛde embrace saa adeɛ no a yɛka no nti nneɛma no ɛsɛ yɛpere yɛ ho yɛyɛ nneɛma bi a mede mehu no sɛ ɛwɔ sɛ yɛto yɛbo ase na yɛhyehyɛ nneɛma yi sɛ sisi a no sɛ ebi mpo a yɛma yɛn ho sɛ bi a the next 10 years korampo no wode yɛmfa nhwɛ deɛ
yɛmfa toto no ama
yɛmfa toto yɛ nneɛma na afei yɛntumi move nkɔ anim na deɛ na yɛde nneɛma bobɔ so na ne nyinaa no nso no ne fare bae no bɛka ɛbɛgyina yɛn a yɛtɔn cars no so nti sɛ yɛnkɔfa electric cars ne bi na ɛmmra anaa yɛmfa internal combustion engine cars na ɛmmra anaa sɛ anaa afei yɛnkɔfa used car I mean we don't get it so nti ɛne nyinaa ka nhyehyɛeɛ ne engagement sɛm no a yɛreka no ho so sɛ wei na ɛba a yɛsei no yɛn used car dealers no ɛberɛ a Ministry of Transport ɔmo afrɛ yɛn ɛna ɔmo de ato yɛn nim sɛ sei na ɔmo pɛ sɛ ɔmo de bɔ ɔman no mu na yɛadwen mu no sɛ na yɛfa no na yɛka kyerɛ ɔmo sɛ policy documents a ɔmo ayɛ no ɔmo ma yɛ bi na yɛn hwɛm na yɛn nso yɛmfa yɛn input ɛmfa ma wɔ ɔmo yɛn no ɔmo kɔ yɛ meeting memfa ne sɛ bɛyɛ 3-4 months nie ana 5 months kura ni ye nyanti o mo nka but no one say abase yes ye wave taxes on a friend saying electric cars oh anti me nua Mike nneoma ye wo kurum ha no enya ade a se beta frache tumi boa ma ye tumi de chichire oman ko nanim na it sometimes no somebody may think say bia you sound political but enya politics na ye de ton cars na emom nhyehyɛ no so a wo de ye no free politicians ho na eba enti sɛ wo anya nhyehyɛ no yi a na be ma sɛ wo kasa afa ho a obi wetuna akasa e bia de a wo ka no te sɛ wo ye politics sɛ ade aba na sɛ mo akasa mo nim sɛ ye pɛ ye di ye adwuma na eno ana sɛ ye ye wave tax wa bra ye ni your friend is saying charging point ba kokora wo man mu enti the cars no so the omo kan so commercial cars ho asem no commercial cars say mienu kura so omo ko gina charging point no omo charge a wo ye sure say kwan ketwa space ketwa no omo hia ena obi anso di be 30 minutes ana 1 hour ansa na we charge enti na so unya in
but dey na we na be quick charge
there be quick charge no the woman say oh ena make us America no kura mpo a omo no eso omo start no wo dey be 5 years na wo dey charging nko aho your friend say or dey bo ho bra no wa hwe say enti yemfa nkosisi existing filling stations no na yen charge wo ho ana yenye extra ana yenye different charging point emma esa cars no so enti say yen nyina mpo ye di nkan ati say car dealers at least yen so ye wo knowledge ana ye wo nimdie kakra efa car no ho yen nuanom enti say kwan na yenye no okay na yen start by this time we kura mpo na yen pe kwan ya ye befa so a ye be charging point yenye no wi a na ya run bi ye de bia ba na fe ye run na nkakra kopim bra ye ebe hu se fe de ye ba bia ye du na ye otherwise ye de emwa.
All right, me that's it. Mame ko aye gwagutato na mo protocol officer esanko o kamo ho ba ha na wentimi amowa ho ma no so kwaku am adwo.
Yera manje.
Okay, yo. Wo chairman wa ha, wo secretary enso e wa ha. Commandant say aboro bi so a nti.
Oya assistant secretary, point of correction. Oya assistant secretary.
You would imagine.
Assistant secretary, point of correction, please. But you, my first year na mi chairman. Na mi first year na secretary. Na majori my first year na majori Ghana for ichia Ghana for yina. Se abanya otutu no na daruma na yin na ye dan no. But majori my chairman tia clear say the omu ye bia no omu ntime nya hwe because wa wonim te usua de IMF for din kan stop aban no o makosan ni nti ade na aban ni ye na enkodi wontime stop bia for import ni ade no na bedin kan ye chairman eka ho maka che na kumase for the only omo kan omuti as a protocol officer maka tense cardless na ye MPP sa na ekunye. So what I say,
MPP says,
your mama,
hold on. What's it? MPP says, the
whole cardless union with MPP members. Kumasi, Accra, Mena Mikachero. Make us like a protocol officer.
Now what time I also cast the protocol officer? What time I know Casa? I say, cardless
ministers in the report.
Party dear, we are cardless. Party beer be womb. We are the business people. It is who's going to take you serious?
My Jerry, you come meeting too. Yenny and call for Nekasa. Obisu, minimum America, my dear, yes, send a document to my own car at once. Femino can say, my send a document about 10 cars.
Casa, we I can't once several times. Yeah,
we and they are sending amount. Last week, me sending one Lankusa, home use Lankusa. We are 6 million Ghana city, which is Chetanisi can 6 billion, 600,000 Ghana city. One Lankusa, Toyota one Lankusa. Me sending documents name out. We bet me their tutor. My girl, asama make any 1 month and I'm sending a document in my wo. And see, I buy that in Japan went to me 1 minute. I could have been a Ghana woman, you will be my Ghana for betting a bomb. Say minutes of you or the baby our bomb. Minutes from about women or I point you when I wouldn't have one person. I'm between I didn't want to say about women or don't buy it. Papa, I mean what they see Allah name or no cry. You were born Allah.
What the whole point here? No, hold on, quiet. Master, John, main director, what are you supposed to do? Dear, what you business person? We've given you the opportunity. Dear, yeah, can say, what is really the challenge? And you'll be a what challenge you buying a what per se? I buy no air, baby, I'm telling you the fact. Baby, I didn't know and seems to also meet because maybe you are politicizing the matter.
You are talking, you are president, tell my president, my coin say, it's my no name, the Tana 70, Alan Bayern, Yenny Alan Yan, call president. Majeri, Jumana, Majeri, who means the soon, Tata, make an in your walk. We are talking about business.
But one who cast a year, but make a show radio sooner, one. So one who cast a year. Maybe people wouldn't take you serious. That is why maybe said, this is the man, this is the issue I walk. And you'll be a one some more. We are talking about your business and we are talking about no be a wobble. Maybe I did when our person buying it. But how the personal attacks in the moment, it will be a problem.
And Cofone war my name and Cofonsa Comano, she who are Santa Region, Cofu Tonka, Sveta Quadi, she great Accra. And Tinamican and yes, I mean, whom Masamako, mimic the Kadi Majima, the Canesi, or Katem Seminim Masamaka. Sikana senki sikanina dollar na ye pebi de ayejuma 1 minute to metam $3.8 million ni akwaje wa America obi di bia kuni dem ni akwaje abanin kan wato dollar ne da so cost for 30 ye kan wosi menhunu masamka asemme na pesa mekemji one businessman awajimi da one obi a woye adwuma
okay so now challenge be a the important episode we address
yeah, me person me can say and call for a binding the omo beye jumana e beboa o man Ghana na me person me chere me tell man say yewura NDC ni omo ye the candidate no your friend say yewura mama obeka say why mistake or say oba sa na na bande but subscribe ni nyina tuo and you should support him ye betimi aye did because ye dosun cardless na hani akumasi na ye dosun
cardless you are proposing say cardless monkoye politics sana wo
yenkoye politics sana wo mining ti ye wo yire wo ma ye hwenkwala school and kofo ye nti abane the policy bane moya na obi bane beboya wo say ye politics
okay but say sana obeka dey your own business so if say sana wo kan e koma ye dia you can go ahead me platform na media ma me platform na media ma it is a wo say dia wo kan says Hannah Obekandia. May I have given you the platform? I am directing you. That's how says Hannah Obekandia. That's fair enough.
Then some na your mama bekan in your board, your mama didn't go say MP4, your committee, your board near Ubia Bekangu. Which are your own year chairman. And the Magarina say,
you would have said, what can I be director now? If you are still repeating yourself, you can go ahead.
Oh, Mike. Enti your friends electric cars you share Accra to Kumasi if you are kokan Kumasi yenye baby abaning your policy dia obi toka ni bi kura no fie ko Kumasi okosunya okotemale obetimi agina te say bia udu lenda do ha yenye checkpoint o ma ye sa nyama ni bi wo de ma ye America ye 30 years o ma mko for 35 years my Ghana for ma ye 10 years pe ni yem fense se nyoma na wo de electric cars ne beba no ye be hu say wo free here ko takwa dia ye wo point o ye ndam greater Accra na how would filling station ya ebi o ha wo de fitin ya na my implement ade de aba o fitin won so ni nkofo oni your friend say stakeholders no enye engagement bi am fitin ya na my implement ade de aba so what I say minister ya wa be nye the same minister na untumi efe omane enwini na yewa kan Japan ekoko hu ntoko wini hwe won policy bi ono so de aba e ba affect memufo ye kan wo say politics why politics ye kitesike ye jumatika ni nenke ene kadi le bia te ho a wan na ekotoka ene won kai ya ye de we say ye de hube busasisi eno ni duty enom 50,000 55,000 kan nanka say saka yinsu ni ye 7,500 kura sheka sama senia man ene Honda ni engine 1.5 ni duty nam over 180,000 Ghana cedi oda wona mama for humi ense so
all right okay kwagu
yen kan den
mate medase medobesia kwagu Alex your protocol officer the ma vehicles and assets dealers union Ghana and
my can be kakra na minia dia
na more politicizing
dia politics na ye enti sɛ ebi a yɛba na yɛba radio so na sɛ yɛbɛkasa ɛwɔ sɛ yɛka dia ɛbɛboa yɛ kuo na yɛgya amanyɔfoɔ no na ɔmo yɛ ɔmo adwuma so ohun ya mɛkyerɛ no ɛnyɛ politics na ɛyɛ ekuo no adwuma na yɛyɛ no ho asɛm enti na ɛm sɛ yɛba ha sɛ nka me pɛ sɛ meyɛ politicians a nka ebi a nka megyae as chairman na nka meyɛ me politics but meyɛ union leader enti sɛ meba ha na meba abɛkasa mekasa amekuo na mmom nneɛma ɛbɛma me kuo akɔ n'anim ɛna meba abɛka amanyɔfoɔ no deɛ sɛ ɔmo no ɔmo yɛ ɔmo politics ɛno hɔ nom deɛ enti mɛsrɛ ɛyɛ protocol officer sɛ next time bia yɛba studio na sɛ ebi a ɔpɛ sɛ ɔfrɛ mu a ɛsɛ sɛ ohunu sɛ baabi ɔwɔ no because ɔno deɛ obiara nim wɔ Ghana ha sɛ ɔwɔ political ambition a kyerɛ sɛ ɔwɔ ne political party a ɔdi akyire ba yɛn deɛ yɛ kasa ma yɛ kuo enti saa no na mepɛ sɛ yɛhyɛ ne nso yɛn nsɛm a yɛde baeɛ no bi ne sɛ ɛyɛ yɛ papa ɛyɛ owura ɛyɛ honorable KT Hammond ɔsɛ watwe wei na sɛn deɛ a engagement ni ehia sɛ yɛ ne benya na mmom no nneɛma a ɛtɔ ɛwɔ car industry no mu no yɛhwɛ ne yɛde tutu yie esan sɛ yɛn no yɛyɛ adwuma na yɛn so yɛapɛ sika de agu yɛ botom na yɛapɛ bi de abɔman no ho de abɔman no ho bra na afei nso yɛ adwuma na yɛyɛ no yɛtuatua ho tax ɛma aban no nso adwuma a ɔpɛ sɛ ɔyɛ no atumi akɔ n'anim na ɛno no na yɛhu ne sɛ nneɛma bi a yɛde atoto akwan mu no ntumi mmoa yɛn ɛma yɛ adwuma no ɛnkɔ ɛkan enti ne yɛaba ha enti yɛba bɛduru ha na mo ne yɛbɛka yɛ adwuma ho asɛm a yɛmpɛ politics na yɛnkɔdwen party wei ne yɛnkɔdwen party wei no obi a ɔwɔ wiase biara ne party ɔpɛ sɛ odi akyire enti ɛhɔ nom no deɛ mɛsrɛ me nua no sɛ ɛyɛ a ɔnhwɛ saa kasa no yie enti yɛno deɛ mesrɛ
woyɛ politics
because woyɛ saa na wobɛhu sɛ obi te akyire a na ɔba abɛka sɛ ɔmo koraa ɔmo yɛ politics ɛsi deɛ na abɛka sɛ ebi a ɛyɛ cardless ɛwɔ Ghana ha nyinaa no ɛyɛ MPP
and then sɛ kasa ne de sɛ kasa ne brade
because me kura me me political
cardless mo members you about more 1,000
yeah 1,000 say you ankra hanko cardless ɛwɔ ha is almost 50,000
that was what
mu nyinaa yɛ MPP for na de asɛm na woka yɛn asɛm a yɛka ne nyinaa sɛ say no ma ɛnkɔyɛ te sɛ yɛka president ka sɛ monkɔyɛ nhyehyɛ ɛmfamfa mo adwuma no ho a up to now no nhyehyɛ na yɛayɛ no ebia no ho no mo a sɛ biota fraakyɛ atumi aboa yɛn adwuma sɛ yɛse yɛpɛ ɔman Ghana yɛse yɛba bɛyɛ cars wɔ ha no mo a enka wɔ sɛ by this time yɛn car dealers a yɛwɔ Ghana ha no mo no deɛ enka aban na hyia yɛn na ebia wayɛ nhyehyɛ de ama yɛn ebi kura mpa wama yɛn one big yard a ɛyɛ kɛseɛ paa ebi a yɛbɛyɛ adwuma wɔ hɔ na attract other West African countries no mo nso aba bɛdi dwa wɔ kuro yi mu a esan sɛ wohwɛ West Africa ha no mo a Ghana pɛ ɛna yɛtumi abɛyɛ nhyehyɛ ɛde aba sɛ sɛ deɛ Nissan aba Toyota aba VW aba Kantanka wɔ ha hwan wɔ ha enti sɛ yɛagye ato mu saa deɛ a ɛdeɛ nɔmantuo bɛ ne yɛtu ama obi nso ayɛ akɔnɔ ama obi wɔ Nigeria no ɔpɛ kaa sɛdeɛ ma mentu kaa anaa mentena luprem na menkɔ Ghana obi wɔ yɛfrɛ no sɛ Liberia obi wɔ Sierra Leone obi wɔ Mali Niger no ho anom nyinaa na sɛ ɔso ɔpɛ cars ne bia obetumi atu kaa no aba ha no mo ɛno ara sɛ mo agya yɛn saa ɛna brand new car for no mo yɛ ɔmo so me ho ano yɛn adwuma a ɛsɛ no ɔmo de targeting other African countries a ɔmo so de ɔmo gu a ɔmo yɛ ɔmo adwuma ɛno ho asɛm na yɛka sɛ aban no mmɔmɔden na ɔhwɛ kwan a ɔde ɛbɛfa so ɛsiane sɛ adwuma no ɛbaeɛ no ɛno deɛ ɛmɛyɛ yɛn hwee
okay
ɛno kora ɛwɔ mu no
meda sɛ ha yɛ need 100.9 yɛbɛkɔ ama no so na yɛmfa ɛyɛ few calls na yɛmfa dwumadie no yɛmfa mmra ne yɛ all right ha yɛ need 100.9 03022435540 and 03022579002 na yɛbɛgye wadwenkyerɛ mame hwɛ messages ni bia abaha na okay when say Jerry car dealers they are really suffering so the government must do something about it even though I'm an MPP person it's way nana ako na send the way the aba And we say, now the messages in the I will discard them. Mame kwa mbado so na me fa calls no. Ye bre no kra no e ya ye bi. All right, me ba cho manjo.
I bet you also video.
Yes sir, yeti o.
Yeah, friend is Solomon Osuna.
Hey, Solomon Usuna wo kwa say.
The command word that the movement for change now. Urala Chamante Diaba and the Ghana, a criminal. And then I'm a woman word.
Maza. Okay, yeti o.
Mamen Kasa, now to Alex from Wendy. I'm a fish and then you want damage you could have. You see, Mama, there will be a friend national agenda. Ghana, okay, import bills. And you are doing a trap free. Cars to do any the past. It's all your best. Yeah, we'll start a different thing. We say, over yesterday, cars, you know, you be able to come out of the bay as you can do it. And I said, the crab. So that is our national policy. But who go for Rala Semantia, the Muse, and Rala Semantia was a 1 month homebody now. No one can say it. And dear fan Rala Semantia, yeah, well, 1 moment, Alex Catamo. In any case, a passer exchange rate. Rala Semantia wanted to be also. Who kind of Bank of Ghana act now? Yeah, exchange rate, and after the stability of the currency, you know, and the governor of Bank of Ghana, I said, yeah. You cut one swap, duty to do not a good unfortunate way of your muscle. A Ministry of Finance, together with Parliament, in fact, unless a year about Subodia not in my minority, no. Or more to studio, more just yourself. Without Parliament or a party tax, no, it's been
Yeah.
and the phobia and Yatu Supiano, a parliamentarian, and a dear. Now we are more good as a day. And it means just I have for you. I said, the independent candidate or your relative, then you may independent proper.
Okay. Meda say. Let me try your next one. Beba cho manjo.
Yeah.
Yeti o. Yes sir.
That's not my power. My main French Yama, my MP, Lawyer Susu, or Madina, Joseph in the army, Casafi Madina. I am saying, Papa, Alisa, Ayaraga, or Abakanasam, and the Queno can, Nagana Hanu, around the air, and I am Penocret. Until my yes, your breast arm. We shed the all coming now, what you say, Ghana, I am penny for much my boya. A bit my ye, a bed then a Ghana. Yeah, good, yeah, too good or Ghana. Nay, what oil, manganese, the piano who I knew Ghana, who said, ye, not Yabra Botia and Fatay. Oh, 20 years yet. No child don't say penny for now, no dear Apollo. Said Nasia, and ya almost said lithium. No nipa des any aqua tenacity, no more organizer, as sign lithium, contract a Ghana way at 15%. Can you imagine? With the Ghana, they are 15%. None even after sign their call. A better no competition. At least 1 year crown, let's say 30%. Oh, they are command 15%. Obeshana of penny for you. Na Ghana for Kuala, ne, Mewaya, Bressa, Ubertofu, na traffic yache, na Ukwa, na she agu, na Omo Adecha, no more too, or no so. Quiet as she said about Buagan and Nibano yet that. Bemma de Biana, Bressa, and Nimbi Beco. Until a young penny for about Buagana, to say the last of John Damani, Mamma, or more banner, say. 24/7 hour economy. No,
Okay. Bema. Better say, my main fancy now, my last one. Mario.
McGarry.
Yes, sir.
To say,
Yanko Bano Boko, Sanyanko.
I Obra, Prince Phones,
Kasa Yitio.
General Manager, class 123 Ultramodern Saloon. Maminchia Ken Dapa Junior or Babri Kuma West. And I am a
The patrol, Master Jantiana now, Casa Neonco. Now, Minya would dream my wine. Who's all new bosses, all friends, as I'm by Bechiacha. Maybe I can be uncle.
I, Papa, buy 1 man at a time.
Massa Casa, with you on your collar. You are a serial collar on the crew. They were.
Daddy, why you give it to me? Me too, I'll give it to you how it is.
Look at you. Master Casa Neonco.
Cardinals for Daddy, almost a normal kind of room. Almost because Saturn almost so more assemble castle. I need the Osha Sati Joan Kitoya to say by Mike, brand new Ghana and I'm 1 billion plus. I didn't think I may say that. Well, kind of cool, could have 450 million of Benyabi. And then the papa was due to inquire almost 550. None the cool, Kotokura 1 billion plus. Vet is 650, 700. And as a vet here, no, not 250 in as before. Into a bank, not wanted duty, so duty in a ma, winning higher than winning a by a strong one. Now, citizen, I, papa, no, Major meaning, sir, or you are down for. I want to find 10 your bad radio, so what take a month was, I won't send you in the casa near the Bapapa, and in a new animal can is piano. Saa na ọkọ ọman FM kọka jọmbodu ho asam anka ọmọ bo no wọ ha odwa no ye wo ye na enye what ya say oba na utake aban ene wiase ba bia ye den o aban no so a listing government asem bia be ka bia na do hwe na sa enye fe na wa twe asan na so ko sra de opani ho na start now the attendee ni attack and two fees so be feel
okay madam say how do you need 100.9 ha and abdc bitumi fa free ni bi me brand ko na so dada. Eti mame ko secretary now kwagusa your assistant secretary na yes. Anzu.
Yeah.
O final comment e fan come ya yedi on. Any anamo amobetu the next the way forward.
Mira siminia anamo a yebetu de sei ye nyina ya hu se em se aban no tintintintin ana ne mebu ha ye kan ya wa ye ho. Na kakra enye nyina so na bi a ye kan se ede badodo a enanka ebeboa ye nyina o mama ne benya bi yesusu ye benya bi ama ono aban so enya bi na aban se ontie ya semi na duty a se onye ho we emayen na yesu ye ni bibia a ebeye ye nde Ghana fo ne ye pa o nyina cho san sro mo se de ne mara bana tane bompo ye den a aja yesu ye be kakra be fa se be manage market na enyi betumi ayama kakra omso benya bia no aba na yetumi aton na de toso biem electric cars na aban kan ho asem no se de me chama kan ye no ewiase ekọ nanimu a we de wontumi ntena wachi oso bako wanim enti nyina no se ba na se hu de we a ebe na fa ebe boy but na kan ye so ye se bibia ne kan ye ne kakra san se nim se cars na smoke ayi no na me environmental issues hunti ena ma no aba ye kan ho asem se ke hia electric cars yi eni se environmental ho asem ne ye kan de a aba no ma ne nko garamse na nsase ne nsuo no se ye no nenso climate change enua na ye twa tuguo no ene so e ka ho bi enwisie bebra ye so da ye hye no kurom ni ade no ene so e ka ho bi emom se o mara ko target se e ka afo nko a na de bantina mema mani akoka afo no ho na ade a ya sa na basa na in fact na ha ye kakra nti o hwe o ye man mese me da masepa na mra mo de ama me
beda se e Clifford and soon mame ko e chairman say my next way near the next move.
Yes, say no. Car dealers. Yeah, can't minister. They say. You hear say ye nini bishia 1-on-1. Na she say and I acquire him say ye nam so a beboa Emma car dealership no etumi epijano. Ye de tune nim no betumi aboa ema aboa. Yen local dealers no na boa no ono anso ne de na ode baaye no ama Ghana atumi atumpon akonanim a ye bepe ne saa chense ebia ono no ISS ministry ne epese oyi yen free car dealership industry ne mu no oye ne saa na emmoa ye nyina eno ne ayi kakra mesre ministry no say omomo modern so omo draw yen close na afei no nkutahodie biara no enye 1-on-1 na ema oman no ntumi nkɔ n'anim na afei no nso no na krakra no yɛ sisi a memfa ne sɛ bronya ne mu a na yɛwɔ no yɛbɛsrɛ aya driverfoɔ no yɛhunu sɛ ɔmo drive yie papaapa wɔ afie mu yɛbɛsrɛ ɔmo sɛ abotre ɔmo anya ɔmo de drive no ɔmo mfa saa abotre na fa passengers no mfa ma yɛn sɛ na ɛbɛyɛ a afie bɛwura mu no nso yɛde nipa na yɛde yɛ mpɛsɛ yɛbɛte sɛ ebi accident aba na accident akosi wɔ ha na kyerɛ sɛ abotre na yɛsrɛ driverfoɔ no sɛ anytime bi ɔmo bɛtena ɔmo steer ne mu no ɔmo ndwen hu sɛ yɛde mpaebɔ taa ɔmo akyi ɔmo ntumi mfa passengers no mfa ɔmo nkɔ na ɔmo mfa mmra na yɛn nyinaa yɛntena asomdwem saa ne adesrɛdeɛ baako a yɛde to ɔmo so
okay ɛna nwumere yɛda sɛ bɔba bɛka yɛ ho abusua ɛnɛ torchlight no ha ɛna yɛde si nyankopɔn yɛ adom a yɛ na wɔtwe bɛsi mu ne bɛsan de torchlight abrɛw benada ɛne yawada yɛde obi bia ase sɛ ɔmo ka yɛ ho midin de luxurious AGYEMANG IK champion ebo mi chidom Dr. Father Dixon executive producer na Kwesi Abwaje mi supervisor na lawyer Kennedy Asantio say omo na ebo mi chidom Sarah nso na ote Dr. Hassan Ayareganka na no echi no vehicles and access dealers union Ghana omo chairman na omo secretary nso ba chairman trakwa ne Clifford anso ye de dwumade na si nyankopon de chen nyame pa Ochina Friday's edition of the Ghana Muti 5:30. Yebesan Amabishiem. Yankopon shiro bibia. DJ Toxic. Take you over. Na yede abonyom na bibia